Good evening, my darling batlings. I hope everyone's had a wonderful day today. I know I've had a very sleepy day because I didn't wake up until like 4:30 in the afternoon. I was just so hyped after last night that, like, I stayed up for a while, and that led to me oversleeping. Digimon was a fun time.
My bad.
Yes, this is all your fault, Miles. This is your fault for getting me a good game to play. This is your fault for being a good friend and giving me an awesome gift.
Exactly my fault.
How dare you be a good friend?
How dare I?
I'm joined tonight by Miles Above, and Niko Belmont is currently AFK, but he'll be back soon. Tonight we're continuing...
Also, who are you, and what have you done with Ari?
I'm still Ari. I'm just dressed for Halloween. I'm dressed up as Elvira, the Mistress of the Dark, one of my biggest inspirations for my YouTubing
Hello.
career. Hello. Welcome back,
Niko's
Niko.
back.
Sorry about that. Took me a little bit.
I hope you guys like my Halloween costume. I'm dressed as Elvira, who I am not okay for, even though she would never reciprocate my feelings. Mostly because she doesn't know who the fuck I am. And she's already in a committed relationship.
Also,
Anjumon was good too.
Yeah, Anjumon was good. I talked to Lulu yesterday about the idea with Rosemary, and
Yes?
she is on board. And she is on board for it.
Yes, absolutely. I'm glad that everything's going according to Cake.
Yes.
Translators
yes.
note, Cake means Keikaku. Translators note, Keikaku means plan.
Things about plans, sometimes they never work out.
Are you pondering what I'm pondering?
I don't know, are you?
That's not how Pinky usually answers.
Yeah, but I'm not a thin lab rat.
You're thin,
But I'm not a lab rat.
as far as we know.
I'm a human.
What if you've just been a lab rat inside of a human suit this whole time and
It could be like a Ratatouille scenario where you're a rat piloting a human like a mech.
Are you trying to tell me that a miniature Jane Doe is trying to pilot me?
No, I'm saying that Pinky is piloting you.
Or it could be a Men in Black where there's the little alien inside.
The little
Yes,
alien
yes.
inside the human mech suit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which, by the way, that's a very cool concept. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Anyway, we're continuing Saturnvania, as I decided to call it, for Symphony of the Night Saturn.
Okay.
Let me just get the game booted up.
Let me get.
There's actually a
comfortable.
There's actually a new Saturn emulator out that looks really promising. I'm just not using it for this playthrough because we've already made progress on the emulator I was using before, and I don't want to have to play all the way back to where we were.
What's the emulator name?
It's called Ymir.
Ymir?
Yeah, Ymir.
Okay. Well, hopefully it does well.
Yeah, it's already got really good compatibility, despite not even being at version 1.0 yet. Speaking of Yakuza 0...
Yo. Also, that boot up music right there, that boot up sound.
Yeah, that's the Japanese Saturn boot up sound.
I know. I like both English and Japanese one. Mainly, I wanted to have that for my computer startup sound because I know you could have that for a computer startup. But
yeah, it's just a pain in the ass.
Out.
It's a pain in the ass to set up on newer versions of Windows.
Yeah, sadly.
Like it's not as simple as it used to be, where it was like, oh, you just go into a menu and choose your boot up sound. It's like, no, you have to like create a script that runs at boot up.
Yeah, and it just saddens me.
You guys want to know what I did all day after homework?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm kidding.
I know.
What did you know what? I'll be nice. What did you do?
Oh, I literally sat at so I was playing ZA, like you all know I do, and I sat in front of this one Pidgey for so far because I have it on like the automatic turbo right now. For about so far 4 hours trying to get it to be shiny. In front of one Pidgey. And it still is in process, apparently.
Let's see, do I want the holy book or do I want the holy water?
Holy water.
I'm going with the holy water. Even though Alucard can't use Hydro Storm.
If I remember correct, you got double jump, right?
Yeah, I got double jump, and then I saved, in the outer wall.
Yeah. I think the next progressive point is either... Actually, progressive point...
We beat all rocks, but we don't have the mist form yet, so I should be heading to the Underground Coliseum.
Yeah, Coliseum should be next, unless you want to go to Underground Waterway and get certain... Well, no, you need the bat form for that.
Yeah, I need the bat form for that, so Coliseum it is.
You have to understand. Forgive me, because usually I do things out of order because I'm used to doing strats.
I don't do things in a specific order. I just go by vibes.
I know. I'm just saying, like, I played the game so much, I got to the point where I can't do anything but try to do speedrun strats. That's my problem. Even though I don't like speedrunning in general that much.
So, I don't remember anything of Castlevania lore right now. I don't know why it just escaped me, but
well, you're not much. You've never been a big. You've never been a big Castlevania fan, anyway.
Well,
I like Lords of Shadow.
Yeah, that's an alternate continuity.
Yeah, it's an AU. So, what is it that you're wanting to know?
As much as possible.
All right. You don't have to know much in terms of understanding Symphony of the Night. Basically, we're playing as Alucard, the half-human, half-vampire son of Dracula, who rebelled against his father's campaign of, destroying humanity. The game opened up with the ending of the previous game, Rondo of Blood, where you played as the Belmont of this era, Richter Belmont, which this era being the late 1700s.
1792, and this game is 5 years later, so 1797.
Yeah, okay. It started in 1792 with Richter Belmont vanquishing Dracula, and then 5 years pass and Castlevania, the castle of Dracula, that is also a living creature, born of the eldritch monstrosity god Chaos, has risen early. It's only supposed to rise every 100 years after Dracula's defeated, but this time it only took 5 years. And that disturbance awakened Alucard from his, several hundred-year slumber after the events of Castlevania 3, which was his debut game.
1476.
Last time he was awake was in 1476. So he senses something fucky's going on and decides to go investigate the castle. During this time, he encountered a woman named Maria Renard, who is a companion of Richter Belmont, who...
in this timeline, it's sister-in-law.
Sister-in-law, yes. And she was she's run into Alucard a few times, and the last time we met her, she was like, "Hey, have you heard of a man named Richter Belmont? He's gone missing, and I'm looking for him." And that's basically as far as the story's gone so far in this game. Castlevania Symphony of the Night's not very heavy on plot. It's mostly just about exploration. Think of it. Yeah. There's a reason they called this a Metroidvania, because this game took its inspiration from Super Metroid, not just in its gameplay, but also in the way it presents its story, being very brief story snippets with more of a focus on exploring the area. This is the game that we got the Vania part of the Metroidvania genre from.
Which, if I may add a little tidbit, hold on. It was also confirmed that Castlevania 2 was the after Metroid came out, when Castlevania 2 came out, that was in a sense, it was in a way of testing out the Metroid, like the Metroid style for Castlevania. Just it wasn't done like
but
according to. I was sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say I don't want to overload Miles with too much about Castlevania games that aren't directly related to Symphony of the Night. So
I was just going towards.
Oh, you were sharing trivia. Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't going.
Okay,
into
sorry.
Lore details.
Continue, please.
I was gonna say, with Symphony of the Night coining the Metroidvania style, Castlevania 2, right after when Metroid came out, when Castlevania 2 came out, the idea of sequels trying to be different than their previous games, they wanted to try and do a Castlevania that was more exploration based rather than you being confined into just one area. And in a sense, Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest for NES was a sort of like a beta test to see if that free roaming style was valid.
Yeah.
And in a sense, it did all right, but it was not executed the way they wanted. But without Castlevania 2 and Metroid, there would not be a Symphony of the Night.
Yeah. Castlevania 2, Castlevania 1 is your standard, side-scrolling platforming action game, as was the style at the time. Castlevania 2, the immediate follow-up to, Castlevania, deviated in that it was more about exploring an overworld and finding sort of like dungeons you could think of. Think of it like its progression
like an RPG.
It's like an RPG. Think of it like Zelda meets Metroid in how you progress. But it was let down by a shoddy translation that made it very cryptic to understand how to progress. And a lot of the mechanics that it was trying to do not quite being fleshed out enough. And needing more time to cook. So they didn't try that style again until Symphony of the Night, where Super Metroid was out at the time and really solidified how Metroid games play. And Symphony of the Night followed up on that by also adding in some straight RPG mechanics with being able to level up your character and equip stuff that affects your stats and all these other kind of things.
Yeah. The odd thing about that, though, in that game with leveling up was you had to collect a set number of experience points, which you got from collecting the currency in the game, which was hearts.
Yeah.
And eventually it got to the point where, how in RPGs, if you farm a certain area enough times, you will barely get any EXP for, anything, and it just...
Yeah. To keep you from... It's an anti-grinding measure.
Yeah, they came up. It's basically like that as well. The further you get into.
Yep, Kier's here in the chat. How you doing, buddy?
How you doing? But it got to the point instead of certain zone. Well, I guess zones, if you want to call it. It's split up to different areas, and through there, people found ways in the game to you can grind out max level through mansions only if you wanted or whatever. And eventually, when they did Symphony of the Night, they fixed that to where, it's not just through level experience anymore as well. It's a matter of how far you've progressed in the game that an area is valid or not. But eventually, it still is a dry well.
Yeah. Hey, Cloud Sato, how you doing?
Hey, Cloud.
And the high-pitched sound did work this time immediately instead of needing time to cook. Okay, I went to the underground caverns when I was trying to find my way to the underground Coliseum. But we can stop by here for a bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad idea to get... Actually, it might be beneficial because...
I can get the holy symbol here while I'm here.
Yeah, you can get that as well as the thing to summon the ferryman, and then you can just loop back around to the first area of the game to go to Coliseum.
Yeah, I also took a little detour to go to that area that has the Alucard items.
Yeah, because... Go ahead.
I said I read that bandana as banana at first.
That happens to me a lot.
But Miles, if you ever get a chance, if you look at some of the sprite work for Castlevania 2, it is like 2 and 4 basically have really good sprite work for basically like showing the Hammer horror film, like Hammer horror styles of like Dracula.
Yeah.
Like the cemeteries, the surroundings. Castlevania is known for that kind of art direction, and it is very good, which makes me sad that Castlevania 2 didn't do as well as it did, because it has amazing visuals.
Yeah, Castlevania is known for its gothic-inspired horror, like, you know, Bram Stoker's Dracula, or Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, rather than, like, it does take some inspiration from the old Universal horror films as well for its monster roster, but its art direction is based on the Hammer horror films of, like, the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, because Castlevania originally was a game where it's like, hey, let's pit a human against different movie monster bosses and see how far he can go.
Yeah, it was basically it was the Monster Mash, basically.
Yeah, and eventually then we got storyline and everything, and it became what it was. So, like, again, it's very, like, the games are very fun, and they're easy to access nowadays because of the collections that came out.
Yeah. If you want to get into Castlevania, pick up the various collections that they've put out on all platforms. Symphony of the Night's the only one where you're probably gonna have to resort to emulation for, like, the authentic experience, because the only re-release it has on modern platforms officially is on PS4. And that version also includes Rondo of Blood, but they use a different version of Symphony of the Night that was originally released for the PSP.
I hear the underground.
I'm in one of the Saturn exclusive areas.
Wait a minute. Oh no! If it's the area I am thinking, oh god, what level are you?
I am
out of curiosity.
Level 23.
I think you'll be okay.
I'm not.
His reaction.
Yeah, this is an area that's exclusive to the Saturn version. There is a reason, Miles. I am very concerned because it's in one of the areas. One area you need to be in your 20s for. One area you need to be in level 40s. Yeah, these are like
so you can get easily fucked up.
These are extra areas that were added to the Saturn version of Symphony of the Night that are not in any other release, which is part of why I'm playing the Saturn version.
And the Saturn version also has some extra like weapons and items that are not in the other versions.
And some extra enemies and extra bosses.
So it's the best version, got it.
It's not the best version. It has a lot of performance issues.
Yeah.
It's the best version content-wise, but playability-wise, there are better ones.
I will say this, though. I wish they finished Richter's sprite to have him have the actual coat instead of just his normal
Richter
sprite.
Belmont got redesigned in this game by series artist Ayami Kojima. And it gave him like this really cool looking long coat. And that's not reflected in his sprite work because it reuses his sprite from Rondo of Blood, where he's dressed more like your standard, like, you know, anime protagonist, like barbarian type.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So, like, when you see him on the game screen, like, his character portrait for dialogue shows, like, him wearing this nice, like, you know, fancy-looking long blue coat, but his in-game sprite that's on, like, the playfield is him in, like, you know, a sleeveless ripped shirt.
It's like a sleeveless It's a sleeveless tunic, basically.
And Kira, that new Frankenstein that's coming out is directed by Guillermo del Toro. Absolutely amazing director who's been, like, he's finally getting to make a adaptation of Frankenstein, which has been his dream project for his whole career. You might know him for the Hellboy.
The new Frankenstein?
Yeah, directed by Guillermo del Toro. It's going to be on Netflix.
Oh, I'm gonna have to watch
a couple
that
years
then.
ago, he put out a Academy Award-winning adaptation of Pinocchio, and his goal with this Frankenstein adaptation is to be the first Frankenstein adaptation that's faithful to the novel, instead of just trying to iterate on what Universal did.
Yeah, because the last good Frankenstein movie, in my opinion, was Mary Shelley.
Yeah, but even that one embellished on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it did, but in my opinion, Mary Shelley kind of was a little closer.
It was closer than the Universal film, definitely, but this one's trying to be as faithful as possible, even down to trying to make the monster look more like it's described in the novel.
All right, then I'm definitely gonna have to look at that because, again, I am a huge fan of like Dracula, like Frankenstein, basically the Hammer horror stuff. Yeah,
if you haven't read or heard an audiobook version of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein before, I think you'll like it because, like, not only is it, a classic horror novel that introduced one of the most iconic monsters in horror fiction, it's also often cited as one of, if not the first science fiction story.
Yeah.
And
it is a very good read.
The novel is very different from what you probably know through pop culture osmosis. I've read it before, and like, the monster is not anything like you see in pop culture. He grows more intelligent as he, as the days and years go by, and he becomes more sentient and like,
yeah.
He's not like he's a very articulate and introspective person.
Like, he just wants to as the story goes on, he basically just wants to find where his place is in the world, and he actually as it goes on, he just seeks companionship and just wants to live his life, and it's a very touching story.
Yeah, it makes you feel sympathy for the monster in a different way than the movie did. Very different way. And yes, it is in the public domain. It's been in the public domain for a long time.
God damn. Now you're making me want to watch Mary Shelley's Frankenstein again.
You're welcome.
I gotta watch that and Bram Stoker again. Unfortunately, since Xbox took down the whole thing about buying movies again, I'm gonna have to go seek out the Blu-ray, which is not hard.
I'll see what streaming services it's on to see if that'll be an option for you.
If they have any streaming services,
I'm sure it's on at least one of them.
Yeah, because
buy Netflix again for it then.
Yeah, this is for the upcoming Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein. That is going to be Netflix exclusive.
I think I still have Netflix thanks to my mom's account, but I would have to double check.
I only got it for K-pop Demon Hunters, to be brutally honest, because it looked interesting, and then...
And you were correct in doing that.
I love the music.
I only got Netflix mainly for me and Lulu to watch the Castlevania.
This is one of my favorite details, where you flood the little cavern and you see the guys, like...
Yep, they die.
Struggle, and then they burst into flames. Like, you drowned those guys just by plugging a leak.
Yeah, it's hilarious actually. And,
there's a lot of cool like enemy details in this game.
Like my friend, one of my friends I used to talk to who lives in the UK. I really need to talk to her again. When I was playing Symphony of the Night for them, when one of the enemies you'll see coming up called Frozen Shade, they drop an item called Pudding, which is like a healing item. When that happened, they were like, "Why did she drop pudding?" I'm like, "Why do you think she dropped pudding?" And she just makes like the most over top lewd assumption, and I'm just like, "Okay, now you just ruined it for me."
It's a pudding thief. That's why.
Well, I mean, the Frozen Shade's kind of cute looking.
It is a lot of the female monsters are pretty cute looking.
Because like Ayami Kojima was, the character designer and art designer for this game, but
which again
Koji Igarashi, or Iga as he's known for short, the director of this game and director of a lot of the Metroidvania games, and went on to direct Bloodstained, which is a spiritual successor to the Castlevania games you worked on.
Rightfully so.
Yes. He said in an interview about about a specific character design in Bloodstained for a character called Bloodless, that his favorite go-to character design archetype for monsters in for female monsters especially in the games he worked on for Castlevania was to make them kind of cute or sexy, but also creepy at the same time, so you feel a mix of horny and horror at them.
Well, it would be accurate as well, because again, if you be real for a second, if you ran into an actual succubus or a monster that looks very cute and is trying to let you drop your guard, how would you actually feel?
Exactly. Iron says a pudding thief sounds like a lazy fourth wall breaking goddess's worst nightmare. I knew you had good taste, but I didn't know you were into Neptunia.
Yeah. But
you continue to astound me, Iron.
Yeah.
And I do want to play Neptunia on stream before. The only thing that stopped me is which version of Neptunia 1 do I play? Do I play the original PS3 version that's non-canon in all continuities? Do I play the remake that is still non-canon to the main series, but is a better experience? Or do I play the remake of the remake that's on PS5?
Remake of
remake.
Which I don't have, and it rarely goes on sale.
But no, I know I keep saying this every time we do a Castlevania stream or something, but again, if you haven't seen Ayami Kojima's artwork, I would recommend looking it up. Again, her artwork is amazing.
Speaking of which, here's a Frozen Shade. There goes a Frozen Shade.
Yeah, Frozen Shades, Ice Elemental enemy, and again, they're very cute.
Also, the Frozen Shade has a different death animation in the Saturn version. You see, crystals coming out of her as she fades away.
Yeah, because in the original game, all she did was had a wavy texture and then faded.
Yeah, and she sort of flattens a bit as she fades away.
Yeah.
Like me being put in the hydraulic press.
If
Ferryman's here. Shall I guide, oh prince, cross the river? I have to dub it myself because the audio is Japanese. I'm playing an English translation patch that uses the PS1 script.
I will say this. As for Frozen Shade, I know the two drops she has is Ice Brand and Pudding.
Speaking of hydraulic press, here it comes. Slowly but surely. God damn it, go away, bat. A bat knocked me off the boat.
Yeah, also in Castlevania, if you think the giant devil and massive giant enemies are gonna kill you, no, 9 times out of 10 it's the small enemies that do you in.
I got the merman statue.
What that do?
Good. It makes you immune to being harmed by all forms of water.
Are you sure that? Cool. No, that's the holy symbol, right?
No, no, never mind. Yeah, you're right. Merman statue calls the
Merman statue summons the ferryman.
The ferryman. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, I made an error.
It's okay.
It summons the ferryman at the beginning of the area that Ari is currently in. So he can cross over to get the holy symbol, which in turn then makes you be able to go through water without taking 1 point of damage per second. You're basically just immune to water.
Yeah, because since Alucard is half vampire, water hurts him.
Yeah.
Traditionally in vampire folklore, vampires are harmed by running water.
Yeah, running water or water that isn't ruined by impurities.
Yeah.
So basically, with Richter, making it rain holy water, it's basically just making it rain pure water.
Well, holy water is also, obviously harmful to devilish
well,
creatures.
Yeah, that's because it's also consecrated and blessed water. But I'm talking about with Hydrostorm, it's like untainted water, basically, without the needing of a blessing. So it is going to damage the enemy regardless.
Hey, this isn't holy water. This is hydrochloric acid.
Don't make a joke about that. Dracula actually can make it rain acidic blood.
Yep.
He has his own Hydrostorm.
Although it's less Hydrostorm and more Sanguostorm.
Yeah, and when I first saw that in Dracula X Chronicles, I was just like, wait, you could do this too? That's not fair.
What lies beyond door number 1? Answer: a loading hallway. Saturn version also has more loading screens. These hallways are supposed to, like, make it so you don't run into much of a loading screen when you transition between areas. But the Saturn port was done by a different team than the one that worked on the PS1 version, and had no input from the PS1 team, and therefore they didn't quite grasp how the PS1 team pulled off certain things, which is why a lot of stuff is either, like, kind of fucky or broken.
Oh, I have a question. Are you going back for the holy symbol, or are you just going straight away to the Colosseum?
I'm going straight away to the Colosseum.
Yeah, that would actually be wise, because if you get the bat, the mist form, then go get bat, you can come back to the underground waterway, deal with Succubus, and then go get the symbol.
Yeah. I'm also interested in hearing what the Succubus sounds like in Japanese.
Yeah. Also, it would be wise to get the shield rod, so you can take on a certain enemy that comes up in this castle.
Yeah, this song right here is basically considered Alucard's theme. It's called Dracula's Castle.
Pretty much, yeah. And it's a very good... The Vampire Survivor version sounds amazing.
As does the Castlevania Judgment version.
Yes, definitely.
Like, I can say a lot of bad things about Castlevania Judgment. Its soundtrack is not one of them.
Well, no matter what Castlevania you play, in the end, the music in Castlevania is always going to be top tier. It's like right up there with Mega Man and like a bunch of others.
Sonic.
Yeah, Mega Man.
Iron says,
Sonic,
so what you're saying is Alucard can enjoy the beach but cannot spend a day at the pool. Yes.
Yeah, unfortunately.
As someone who's half human, he's not harmed by sunlight.
Yeah, he could basically daywalk without the penalties of it if you were a full vampire, but unfortunately, unless he has a way to protect himself from water, he is going to get hurt. It's going to kill him.
Yeah.
Well, no, technically, I guess technically if you're going off the fact of like unpurified water thing, salt water technically would not harm him in technicality.
Yeah, and neither would, depending on what kind of pool water is in the pool, also determines
chlorinated
whether
water
it would
not
hurt him.
hurt him.
Chlorinated water would not harm him. Saltwater pool would not harm him. But yeah, he can enjoy a day at the pool. He would just probably choose not to because he's more of a recluse.
Yeah, basically he would be fine. It's just either blessed holy water. Well, holy water's blessed anyway. Purified water.
He couldn't go swimming. He couldn't go swimming in the local swimming hole. For us down home Southern boys.
Yeah.
He could go swimming in Lake Norman though, because that thing's polluted as fuck.
I have one gripe I want to say for the Castlevania anime, at least for season 2, but I don't think I'm allowed to say what it is for people who haven't seen it.
Don't go into spoilers for the Castlevania anime, just for the people that haven't watched it.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, I really don't want to spoil anything, but I have, like, a massive gripe with one scene. That is it.
I've got a lot of gripes. You know, as time passes, I think more and more about the Castlevania anime, I start to have more and more gripes with how certain things are presented, but I still say it's an overall, like, it's not a perfect adaptation of the Castlevania games, because It was never going to be, especially with executive producer Adi Shankar. He doesn't care about. Yeah. He cares more about authenticity to the vibes of the series rather than to the lore.
Yeah, the anime itself is basically to a lot of fans, it's basically just its own timeline. Like it's just basically its own branching path.
Yeah. Just like how the Devil May Cry anime deviates a lot, more so than Castlevania, from like established stuff in Devil May Cry lore and the timeline. But it keeps like kind of the overall vibes of what Devil May Cry is about, while also trying to insert its own socio-political commentary about like immigration and minority discrimination that I don't think is pulled off quite right, because it's trying to assign that to literal demons of hell.
I actually have a question. Marble Gallery, did you get the item that allows you to see enemy names?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just making sure what you've explored and what you have not.
Yeah, I've got most of the things in the Marble Gallery, I think, that I can get at this point of the game without resorting to, like, sequence breaking.
The only thing you can get, you should be able to get everything except for items that are in the very high rafters, because you need,
I've gotten basically, I think I've got
bat.
Yeah, I think I've gotten most of the stuff there.
Okay, then you should be fine. You did, because I remember one of the enemies killing you, I think, when we were unprepared.
There's a debate about who's the best Decepticon going on in chat now, because Furret is hijacking JKR's account to say that Shockwave is the best Decepticon, and then JKR's taking his account back to say disregard those posts.
Good job, Furret.
And awesome Iron in here with the correct answer is saying Soundwave's superior. And then Cloud jumps in with Starscream is best.
Oh my gosh, it's a real debate. It's a real debate.
Okay, Starscream is best depending on which Starscream it is. Armada Starscream is best Starscream. He's the most capable and he has the best arc.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Take your time. Actually...
Like, I know he's not your typical depiction of a Starscream, but Armada Starscream is best Starscream in terms of, like, just being a fully rounded character.
I'm trying to remember, with your double jump, I think you have a dive kick as well automatically.
It depends on which weapon you have equipped, I think. I have a sword.
No, I don't think it's a weapon at all. I think when you double jump, you click down into A to dive kick.
No, I don't have that.
Okay, then, alright, then you're not, I was gonna say there's a little, skip in the Coliseum that can get you powerful armor.
Yeah, right but I'm not trying to do skips because I've never practiced them.
I know. I'm just trying to bring up like certain skips in the game for the people in the chat.
Yeah, there's a shitload of speedrunning strats to this game because this is one of the most speedrunnable games in the Metroidvania genre.
Which is why, again, this game is so great because you can play it in multiple different ways. Like, no run is the same all the time, and you can either speed run it or like go for a full run. Now the only thing is actually I don't remember if in the Saturn version there's a different. If all the items are the same place in Coliseum or not.
I'm pretty sure all the items are in the same place for, like, regular castle stuff. It's just that there's new items in the new areas. It was the PSP version that adjusted the placements of items for a few of them.
Okay. I'm just trying to make sure I get my lore and my information correct.
Because the PSP version added in a couple of the new items from the Saturn version, but didn't add it in the new areas, so they had to adjust the placements.
Yeah, I will say this, though. When you do get the bat and go get Moon Jump in Marble Gallery, I would recommend going back to the library and high jumping underneath...
underneath the Master Librarian.
Yeah, at least do it like 20 times or so you can get one of 3 items.
Yeah, let's see. I'll equip the silver plate for now. I don't need the mirror cuirass because I'm not going through the clock tower.
Well, no, you only need it for clock tower. That and when you're dealing with a boss in the reverse castle.
Let's see. Do I want to equip the bandana, or do I want to equip the goggles?
What does goggles give you?
Goggles is increase to intelligence. And bandana is increase to defense, but lowers intelligence from what I currently have, which is the velvet hat.
I would go bandana for right now until you get your familiar. Until you get familiars.
Not much of a point in worrying about my int stat right now when I don't have any familiars.
Yeah, if you if you're not spamming spells, or if you're not like getting familiar, if you don't have a familiar on you, then intelligence is practically worthless. Well,
just like in real life, intelligence is practically worthless.
Well, there is one item in the game that takes away all your strength, but in return, your intelligence it takes off of your intelligence strength.
Yeah. I've also got all the a la carte items, so I can kind of show that off if I reach a point where it's not going to get me killed.
Yeah, basically
the a la carte items are basically like half a joke set, because they look like the equipment that was stolen from you by death at the beginning of the game, but they're spelled differently.
Well, they
don't give you, god level stats.
Well, technically that's not true. The a la carte items do have one purpose.
They do. I'm just trying not to spoil it.
Well, yeah, but yeah, because a certain stat does go up a lot, but
yeah.
All right, I won't say what it is then. If it's that big a spoiler, because I think I know what you're going to be doing with it.
Because the a la carte items are mainly intended as an Easter egg, but they can be used for a specific challenge run.
Oh, that's not what I was going to go for.
Oh.
The a la carte items, if you have all of them equipped, give you plus 50 luck.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They can be used for a specific challenge run.
Oh.
Where you're focusing on your luck stat instead of any of your others.
Yeah, but that's also it's also a good way to farm a certain weapon in the game too.
Yep. I'm not saying they're useless. I'm saying they're mostly intended as a joke, but they do have like actual purpose.
Yeah, see, I'm trying to figure out what you want me to say and not to say in terms of spoilery, because again, I am literally going off of what.
Like, I'm still kind of going the wrong way, for the record. I'm in the Royal Chapel.
Yeah, I can tell from the music.
Yeah, I've forgotten how to. I haven't unlocked that little passageway that leads from the Royal Chapel to the Underground Coliseum, so I'm trying to remember how to
you have to go back. You have to go back to the Marble Gallery, and you're gonna have to wait for the statue on the left to move.
Okay, that won't be too difficult.
No,
part of the reason I'm getting lost is because, like, since the Saturn controller doesn't have a select button, it's harder to access the map.
Yeah, basically, you're just waiting. You're going back to where you first met Maria, and then you're just waiting for the statue to move.
Yeah, this is one of the reasons that the Saturn version is looked down upon. You have to, like, to access the map, you have to go into the pause menu, and it's like, you have to do something in here. You have to press, like, a specific... You have to go into the pause menu and press L, and that brings up the map.
Yeah.
So it's not, like, just mapped to a specific button, like it is in every other version. You have to go out of your way to look at the map.
Yeah.
Which is why I keep getting lost, because I'm so used to the map being available at the push of a button.
But yeah, no, the reason why the high jump with the Master Librarian is so important is because there are 3 items that you can get. One of those items you can get a duplicate of in the reverse castle that is very beneficial if you're looking to get best weapons and armor in the game.
Yeah.
Like, it makes it literally effortless to get what you want. Would you like me to withhold on naming said item that helps with this?
Yes.
All right, then I will not say the item's name until we come across it.
Yeah. My general rule on like backseat gaming type stuff is like unless I specifically ask for guidance, then like try to restrain yourself.
I know. I'm not trying to backseat. Like
I'm saying that for I'm saying that for my viewers as well.
Okay, because I haven't been trying to backseat.
Yeah, I know you haven't. I'm not accusing you of that. I'm just putting that out there because I don't have it like actually listed in my rules.
Okay. All right. As long as you don't feel like I'm backseating you, I
don't feel like you are.
I felt bad yesterday because I kept on saying like, "Hey, can I give you some advice?" Like, I felt like I was backseating too a little bit.
Like, in that case, it's because like I've never played the game and I want to try and figure things out for myself. So,
yeah, I'm just trying to give as much information as I can for like certain items or like what basically their lore and stuff behind it is. But like I said, I will abide.
Yeah,
to
hold off.
The rules.
In that case, hold off into it until we get to those specific items or locations.
Okay, yeah. Then I will not talk about the name of the 3 items until you get the moon jump, because you could technically get them then.
Yeah. That's all you have to do is like moon jump up into his chair 3 over and over.
Yeah, because go ahead. You're saying
no, go ahead.
You
first.
Do it.
You first.
Oh, I was just gonna say basically for Digimon 2, when eventually you go back to it, I'll hold myself back to more.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it some more next week.
I was just worried because it doesn't straight up tell you what to do very well.
Yeah, I've noticed.
So that's why I was jumping in a lot. So I was like, let me give you some advice if you're okay with it.
Yeah.
Going
forward, like if I'm stuck, I'll ask you for advice.
Got it. Works for me.
Try not to interject too much because not so much like, oh, it's annoying me, because it wasn't. It's more so I don't want to set a precedent for like future streams of like people being able to just jump in and tell me what to do.
Yeah.
Understood.
I will say this though, well actually no, never mind. No, the information would not even matter anyway, because again, Saturn.
Here said that the item in question is the moon shoes that we had in the 90s that got recalled.
No, that's not the item.
He's saying that as a joke. You know, the shoes that were supposed to make you jump higher, but all they did was like break kids' ankles.
Obviously, it's plastic shoes that have metal springs that make you jump higher. Okay,
by the way, we're fighting Cthulhu now. Cthulhu's dead.
Hi, Malachi.
No, not Malachi. Cthulhu.
Oh, okay.
Remember, Malachi and Cthulhu have their names switched for some reason.
Yeah, again, I'm going off of, I went off of, future Castlevania rather than, this version.
Yeah, in this version, the one that looks like Cthulhu is called Malachi, and the one that looks like, you know, standard horned demon is called Cthulhu.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's what happens when... It happens in a lot of, Konami games of this era, because, the localization team was a single person.
Well, yeah, plus translating certain things.
Fun fact, that single person was Jeremy Blaustein, the brother of Maddie Blaustein, original voice of Meowth. And original voice of Yugi's grandpa, and 4Kids voice for Omega. So yeah, there's a direct line connection you can make between like a lot of 4Kids properties and Metal Gear Solid 1 and Symphony of the Night and Snatcher. It's like 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, but with a transgender icon.
Okay.
I just like finding weird connections like that between like voice actors and somehow having a relation to completely unrelated properties they were never in.
Yeah, I could tell.
All right. Yeah, I'm still thrown off by the different death animation the marionettes have in this game because they just kind of spin into the abyss and then explode.
I will say this though, when I showed one of my friends, my high school friend, this game, she said a lot of the enemy deaths are like very exaggerated. I'm like, yeah, they scream.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of them have a high-pitched scream. But I will say this though, the killer dolls that or the marionettes or whatever they're called,
yeah, marionettes.
Marionettes in this one. They were called killer dolls in Aria of Sorrow. The marionettes are very unsettling in this game if you let them move around long enough.
As living dolls tend to be.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing.
But more so the marionettes in this game because again they're faceless and they're actually like jointed dolls that that have like special like according to the lore of the game have special like weaponry like blades or whatever hidden like trick weapons. At least that's how they would do things.
I just killed a Ouija table. Hopefully no one left their keys up on it.
Now we can't talk to the Ouija shark. How dare you?
Snatcher is in the spirit who forces a kid in a top hat to fulfill contracts or someone else. No, Snatcher is in the Hideo Kojima adventure game for Sega CD. That has never been re-released on modern platforms in its Sega CD incarnation because a lot of its imagery and plot borders on plagiarism of, like, specifically Blade Runner and Terminator. And Hideo Kojima freely admits, yeah, I basically plagiarized a lot of visuals and story details from Blade Runner and Terminator, which is why it's never getting re-released.
Oh, that one game?
Yeah, the game that we did one stream together of, that I need to get back to sometime.
I found the Easter egg without realizing it.
Yeah. And after I finish, I'll need to go back to Snatcher from the beginning just because a lot of people weren't present for that, so I want them to see how it begins. But I'll also need to, after I finish Snatcher, I'll need to do its spiritual successor that also influenced some stuff in Metal Gear Solid 1, and especially Metal Gear Solid 4, Police Knots.
I was gonna say Olrock's Quarters music, if I'm wrong, I don't know if I'm correct or not. It's been a bit. It's Dance of Pails, I think it's called.
Okay, now we're in the Coliseum.
Oh yeah, now we're gonna get the bop. We're gonna get the good music.
Yes. Yeah, it's so funky for no reason.
It's so it doesn't need to be as funky as it needs to be, but it's amazing for what it is. Actually, in Aria of Sorrow, the Coliseum, this version of the Coliseum gets re-referenced in Aria.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't played much Aria of Sorrow. I'm still towards the beginning.
When we get,
give me a drink.
Yeah.
Hey, Rick King.
Hey, Rick King. When we do get to Aria, Ari, you're gonna see what I mean.
Okay. I also need to do another stream of The Town with No Name with you guys with my buddies present this time.
Oh God.
Now that I can properly emulate the Amiga version instead of having to jump through hoops to do the PC port.
I am literally very concerned.
All right, there's that shortcut that leads back to the chapel.
Yeah, so that way you don't have to. And I think the room below it is the shield rod.
There's a save point.
Yeah, there's a save point. Below that room is below the save point is the shield rod.
That's also the room that's like filled with a fucking bukkake of enemies, right?
Yeah, which is why I'm saying, like, if you have a neutron bomb or a screen clearing item,
I have plenty of those.
Then I would use it. I would use it.
Another thing that, I can't put it in my pocket, so I'll have to, you know what? I'll use the pentagram right now.
Yeah, use the pentagram and get rid of like a lot of the enemies in there. Because the one thing that's gonna fuck you over is the Valhalla Knight or like the Horse Knight or whatever that's gonna knock you
those
back out of the
fuckers,
room.
those bastards.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Once we grab the shield rod, I will explain what.
Okay, I've got a neutron bomb.
That works. Yeah.
Yeah, I got that as part of my starting set because of defeating Dracula without taking damage.
Yeah.
I think those are all of the screen nukes that I have.
Mainly, the screen nuke is only for like the knight that's like going back and forth because you can kill the rest of the enemies pretty quickly.
I've got a magic missile.
I mean, use it if you want to go for range.
I've got a Frankfurter.
Oh god, you're gonna kill him with a corn dog.
Yeah, that ain't no Frankfurter, that's a corn dog. I know a corn dog when I see one. The thing that gets me in this room all the time is not the Valhalla Knight, it's the damn skeletons with the
the skeletal gunmen.
The musket skeletons, yeah. Bone musket, there we go, killed them, and shield rod get. There's no Valhalla Knight in here.
Okay, then it's not in this version, then it's in another version. Shield rod. Very broken item if you know how to use it, because...
Which I do not.
Okay, so depending on what shield you have equipped, the shield rod will give off an effect. You remember the iron shield I told you to buy, right?
Yeah, I've got the iron shield.
Would you like to show a demonstration?
Yeah, sure. Just let me equip a new shield rod.
Okay.
Oh.
It's at the tippy top.
There it is. Yeah, the sorting.
Every new item you get is always going to be at the top of the screen at the first.
Yeah, the sorting's a little weird. I'm used to like stuff being added to the bottom as I collect.
All right, so
like shield rod normally, like you think it looks like it's useless because you swing it, it's got a slow animation, doesn't deal much damage. What it does is it comes into play when you press
both
what the
heck?
Yeah, and its effect is different depending on what shield you have equipped.
Which is why I told him to buy the iron. Told Ari to buy the iron shield because there's a certain boss in the game that is so massive that ability will, if you position it correctly, it'll insta-kill the boss.
If it's the one I'm thinking of, there's a lot of ways to cheese that boss fight.
There's two bosses that are affected by this. The other shield I am thinking of that will break this as well. Since you have shield rod, I'll just...
The Alucard shield?
No. I'm talking about another one.
Okay.
I'll just tell you what the shield is because we got the shield rod anyway.
Yeah.
The fire shield that is dropped from the lantern enemies in the underground catacombs.
Okay.
The fire shield, what it does, basically gives you a dual shot spell of Salamandra, in which case 2 giant fire dragons spin around and damage the entire screen. There is a certain enemy in the reverse castle that is weak to fire and takes multiple hits from this creature. If you pair that with the moon jump, yeah, it just instantly kills that boss.
Yeah, the shield rod's one of the more busted items in this game. I don't use it all that much just because the button input is something that I tend to fuck up, as you can see right here.
Yeah. I don't use it because it just makes the game way too easy. Well, at least with one shield, which again, Alucard shield.
Alucard shield just makes everything die if it touches you.
Yeah, as long as you have the shield out when the effect is activated, you lose mana per second while having it equipped. But in return, if anything touches the shield, you heal 255 health. You do automatically full damage against any enemy rapidly. You recover hearts over time, and you are invincible as long as it's in front of you.
It's basically I am the god of hellfire, and I give you fire.
Yeah, pretty much.
I bid you to burn. That's about as much as... This is the room that has the Valhalla Knights in it.
Okay.
Thank you, shield rod.
So yeah, Miles, now you see why the shield rod is dumb.
You know, I see.
Just wait until I eventually get the Crisagrim. That's my go-to.
That is the most broken item in this game. I don't care what people tell me.
Especially if you get 2 of them.
Oh yeah, if you get 2 of those Crisagrims, everything dies. You basically just win the game. That is it.
Yeah.
But no, so
I just got some cheesecake from the hunting girl.
Ooh, nice. But no, I have a real story. Speaking of the shield rod, I have a D&D story I have to tell.
Yes.
So when I first did the Castlevania D&D, I was working it out with a few friends or whatever, and they wanted to try it. And one of my friends comes to me after showing him Symphony of the Night, like, "Hey, DM, I have a question. It will not be broken. I just want to start with something." I'm like, "Okay, what is it that you want?" "Can I start with the shield rod?" I'm looking at him like, "Why?" Like, no reason. I just want the shield rod just to smack people with. I'm like, "What shield are you starting with in the campaign, if I may ask?" And he's like, and he shows me that he was able to afford, I think, the strongest shield in the shop because, again, we didn't know how to start with what gold. And I'm like, "I'm not giving you an item that borderline makes you invincible. Forget it." And he's like, "Oh, come on, it'll be fun." I'm like, "No."
Hey, DM, can I change my personal item from what it, for Varen from what it currently is to the Crisagrim?
No. You want, no, Look, you want that item, you're gonna have to work for it. I'm not giving you a broken 10d12 sword that slashes 4 times in a row with 1 attack. I am not giving you that right away. That is bullshit.
The reason I'm just bashing people with the shield rod instead of using it as intended is I'm trying not to waste all my mana for the fight that's coming up.
Yeah, shield rod is completely dumb, but the downside to it is a massive mana guzzler.
Here says, "Hey DM, can I use a shield rod, but I can't use shields because I only have 1 arm?"
See, that would be the only time I would allow somebody to do that, because then you can't really use the shield rod's magic effect. You just bash people with the rod.
Iron says, "Smacking people with a shield? Why do that when you can throw it like a boomerang?" JKR agrees with that. His character Megatronus does that with his Sawblade shield. Just got the blood cloak.
Yeah, basically every time when you have it on you, every time you get hit, I believe you, oh no, am I thinking of something else? Every time you get hit, you get a heart, I think, or,
Yeah, it turns damage into hearts.
Okay, so I'm thinking about it correctly, because I thought it was another item that basically, increases, Dark Metamorphosis healing ability.
Nah.
No, it's not that, so yeah, no, I was right the first time to think about it.
Yeah, I don't think I'm not gonna equip it because it won't give me a like it converts damage to hearts, but it's also gonna lower my constitution and my luck. Whereas I've already got the Elven cloak, so I'm good for now.
Yeah, I would only use the blood.
Plus, I don't use sub weapons all that much in Symphony of the Night.
Yeah, like Symphony of the Night. Sub weapons are only. I mainly just use holy water to kill bosses super quickly. But I just realized a horrible, very scary thought, Ari.
Yes.
If Megatronus ever got his hands on the shield rod... I was about
to say that if Megatronus gets the shield rod with his Sawblade shield, you're gonna have to figure out an effect for it.
I already got an effect list for, like, all possible shield abilities for that, because, spoiler, shield rod is in the campaign. I'm not gonna say where, but it's in the campaign.
If I use someone as a meat shield, would that count as a form of shield?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, no.
Like, if I were to, say, grab a flea man and wield him as a shield, and use that with the shield rod, would that have an effect?
Sure, as you use the shield rod, millions of fleamen jump all around to attack your enemy. There you go. They all do one...
It's like the cuckoo swarm.
They do 1d4 per... Yeah, pretty much. They do 1d4 damage per fleeman, and there are 50 fleemen, so 50 1d4s.
So death by cherry tapping, got it.
But, no, actually, question: is the giant gold skeleton creature in the
Yeah, I already saw him and fought him. I didn't get the Ring of Varda, and I'm not grinding that.
You won't be able to get the Ring of Varda.
Yeah,
anyway,
it's a post-game item.
File. Basically, I'll just say what it does because we're not going to be able to get it anyway. Ring of Varda is very, very, very strong. I think because it's like plus 25 or 50 to your stats all around.
Yeah.
Which equivalates to 100 plus to your damage and defense regardless. If you get 2 of those rings, it is you're basically God mode, and then all you would need is the God's Garb armor, and you essentially have capped out defense as well.
There's a reason you can
damage.
Only get it in post game.
Yeah, it's a very broken item. Like,
and the reason that it's so broken is because like it's a Tolkien reference. It's supposed to be the One Ring.
I will say this though, I did do a build in Symphony using dual Varda ring, the Witch's Hat, God's Garb, and the dual Chrysagrims. And overall, plus the familiar did 255 damage per swing, and the Chrysagrims did 300 something damage per swing rapidly.
We're about to enter the fight. We're about to enter the Colosseum battle.
Oh god, we're gonna see my dad. We're gonna see my dad.
Niko's canon dad. Richter Belmont.
Hi, father. Hi, father.
Sadly, we're not going to hear his English dub voice.
I know what he's gonna say.
Who are you? Open Hell's Gate!
Hell's Gate. Come forth, my servants.
Yeah, his sprite's altered. His sprite's got the long coat on.
My
the scent
other
of your
favorite
blood. You're a Belmont. Crush this flea who invades my castle.
Crush this flea who invades my castle. Now we are fighting the werewolf and the minotaur.
Yep. And my shield rod iron shield move completely whiffed because Wolfman was off screen. They're both dead in one hit. Okay.
Yeah, again, shield rod makes the game very, very easy.
Certain that was a Belmont. So he says he's the lord of this castle.
So, real talk, there is one alternate version of that line I like more than the actual PS1 version.
From the PSP dub?
Yeah, he's basically like, come forth, my servants. Come forth from the gates of hell. I like how he words it, because it sounds like he gets more and more deranged as it goes on.
Yeah. I have mixed thoughts on the PSP dub, but there are moments where it shines.
Yeah, it does. Like, mainly with possessed Richter and there was one other I do like some of Maria's dialogue.
I accidentally used a library card to go back to
now you're gonna have to go all the way back and get the mist.
I got the mist.
Oh, then no, you're. Then no, you're fine. There's nothing else there except for like.
I'm saying that because like I'm used to L being one of the transformation buttons, but it's not in Saturn Symphony. It's your pocket item, and R is your backdash.
Oh. No, actually, Ari, technically, you can get 2 upgrades now.
Yeah, I can go back to. Yeah, I can go back to Ulrox's castle from here. Or
no, not
Ulrox's
just that.
quarters from here.
Yeah, I was gonna say not just that. You can get bat form, and once you have bat form, you can get the constant mist form.
Yeah.
So I don't remember if he updates the shop after seeing Richter.
I can get Summon Spirit now.
Okay.
Like, the items he sells aside from spells are always the same. It's just more spells get added as the game progresses.
No, there is one other item that gets added, but that's endgame stuff. I'm not going to say what it is till we beat the game.
Okay. I've got plenty of gold. I still don't have enough for Joseph's cloak.
I would just save it for Joseph's cloak, because technically in the game, Joseph's cloak is the best cloak you can possibly get.
Yeah. I can at least, get some more potions.
Well, get more potions, yeah, but
and
other than that,
anti-venom.
Yeah, but
and another library card because I'm out of them.
Yeah, library cards are invaluable. Plus, if you're going for like 100%, you are going to need to do a certain library card trick in the reverse castle to make it count.
And I'll also get the Ring of Pails.
Yeah, Ring of Pails, if I remember correctly, ups your stats all by 1 or something.
Joseph's cloak. I didn't know JoJo wore a cloak. You joke about there being a JoJo, but there is a JoJo reference in this game. You can get the stone mask.
Yeah, Iga's a fan of the JoJo series and litters a lot of JoJo's with adventure references in Castlevania.
Yep. Actually,
funny thing, if you want to follow JoJo's Bizarre Adventure very closely, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is basically Castlevania, but with very sexy men.
Yes.
It's basically that 1-for-1.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I mean, just matter of getting the bat and the constant mist form.
Just have to figure out what
free
button
to do whatever.
Bat is mapped to. I mean, okay, mist is X button. Wolf
Mist
is
X,
Z button.
Which
so I'm
means
guessing bat's going to be Y.
Y. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just so used to it being on the shoulder buttons. It's throwing me off.
Yeah, same here. Like, I'm like thinking, wait, Mist is where it's always been. Then I realize, oh right, Sega Saturn. Shit.
Yeah.
I will say this though. Also, I think, did you pick up the fairy card yet?
I don't think so. I don't have any of my familiars, no.
Okay, yeah, that's like right above where you go to get the right above the save point.
Okay.
So once you get Bat, you could technically go get. I mean, technically you should be able to get it with the double jump.
I just want to clear out. I just want to get Bat first.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm just like going through a lot of things through my head, so don't mind me. I'm not trying to like backseat again. I'm just thinking.
Fucking flea men. These are the guys that got punted into the. One of them got punted into the sun. Except these ones have armor and axes.
Yeah, so basically for visual, behold, JKR, if you are there, or if you see the VOD, this is what you punted into the sun.
This is also the one that, basically every time they come into contact with JKR, something horrible happens to them. Because remember, the one that rolled a 1 and killed himself was during a fight with JKR.
I will say this, Fleamen, I'm not gonna lie, as annoying as they can get, they are not the brightest of creatures to kill.
Yeah.
The kill thing. They either end up killing themselves or they just end up in unfortunate circumstances.
Yeah.
I actually think you can get the Holy Rod as well. Yeah, you can technically, because
Alright, we got the bat form.
Nice. Did you explore the upper part of this area?
No, I was getting the bat form first, and then I'm doing that.
Okay. I was just making sure. Again, I can't really see your screen, so I need to ask these questions.
I have to inform you of what's currently going on.
Yeah, because I was gonna say,
Iron had a question in chat. He said, so essentially Fleamen are the comic relief. They're basically like the sacrificial frontline mooks.
Pretty much, yeah. If you want to think of it in a term, Goombas.
Yeah, they're the Goombas of Castlevania.
Though I will say this, though, the one Fleamen, in the NES Castlevania that rides on the back of Frankenstein had the name of Igor.
Igor, I hate Igor.
Yeah,
I hate
Igor can't be killed.
I hate the Frankenstein and Igor fight. It's the one that always, like, brick walls me for a while, outside of, death, obviously.
I will say this. There is a easy way to manage it outside of the sub-weapons, because if you're good timing with your whip, if you have good timing with your whip,
which I don't,
you can lock the Fleeman in place to where it cannot use the fireball a lot, and you can manipulate where it goes so you can always dodge its projectile and jump attack.
All right, I just got the stone mask, ancient ceremonial stone mask. We just got the mask from JoJo.
Yep.
It raises my intelligence. So actually, that would be better to have right now than the bandana.
Yeah, because you could technically go get your fairy familiar.
Yep.
And
I reject my humanity, JoJo!
Oh God. Also, pushing the bookcase gets you...
Yeah, I got the topaz circlet and the holy rod.
Yeah, I forgot what the topaz circlet did.
Let's see. Topaz circlet restores HP by poison damage. Okay, so since there's not too many poison damage enemies in this part of the game, it's not too useful right now.
It won't be until probably like Reverse Castle.
Yeah, I got a high potion from a flea armor. That was generous. Also, I don't quite know how to do a re yet because I haven't gotten to points in JoJo where that becomes commonly said. That's not until I think like part 3, I think. Because he doesn't say that much in part. I don't recall him saying it at all in part 1. Like, I can do the old school re that became a meme from the JoJo fighting game, but I can't do like the modern re because I haven't heard it enough. Like the old school re that became a meme back before there was a JoJo anime, just because of like how over the top the super move, like the super like finisher type move that Dio had in the JoJo fighting game was like re.
Ooh, actually, yeah. Since you now have the bat form, a lot of stuff is opened up to you. So
yep.
You can get the sword familiar. You could technically get you can clear out a lot of the map. You can even get moon jump now if you really wanted.
Yeah. This is where the game really opens up once you get all 3 of the forms.
Yeah. I hope
Plus
I'm not being too annoying with a lot of this.
No, you're not. I like that you're like, you're contemplating. Time for the bat, and the bat's color changes depending on what cloak you have equipped.
Which is why the Joseph cloak is amazing, because the Joseph cloak's color depends on what color you make the pause menu screen.
Yep.
So you can have an entirely pink bat.
I just got the fairy card, so let's bring out our first familiar.
Yes, of course. And if you stand still, she says something.
Yeah, and in the Saturn version, there's an Easter egg if you sit in a chair for long enough.
Yeah, she needs to be like level 8 or level 10, if I remember correctly. And then you have to sit in a chair and she will do something very special.
Yeah, and there's actually a second version of the fairy that's in the Saturn version that's mostly just a sprite edit. Like, functionally the same, but has a different look and a different name. Yep,
and
there's our fairy.
Fairy works. And the way how the fairy works in this game is, technically, if you're worried about, like, you're more focused on combat and don't want to switch out to healing items, the fairy can use healing items for you.
She also can use the,
life apples.
She can use the bonk hammer, as I like to call it, which Alucard can't use on his own.
Yeah, it gets you out of the petrification state, and life apple, if you hit 0 HP, she will automatically revive you to full health, I think.
Yeah, fairy is kind of OP. Most of the familiars are.
And another thing that it does, so you know how the potions have set HP values?
Yes.
The higher your intelligence is, if I remember correctly, the potions can heal you for more than what they're worth. If it's through the fairy.
Yeah. Fairy's, like, real useful to have. All the familiars basically are. One thing I noticed that's going to be a little bit weird is she does give you, like, occasional hints at, like, where false walls are. But I'm not going to be able to understand those because it's in Japanese.
Yeah, I do have somewhat of a photographic memory of
I'll know what she means when she says it, because she only says it when in like a handful of areas in the game. But we won't be able to understand her language. She's speaking the language of the gods.
I actually knew a person who had a plushie of the fairy familiar that was custom made, and it was very cute.
Oh. I like there's a similar familiar that you get in Bloodstained that you can get a lot earlier, and I really like her.
Yeah, I think I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, it's one of the only familiars you can get in Bloodstained, but instead of getting it through, like, progression, you get it as a potential shard from that enemy. And it works the same as the fairy, complete with the Easter egg if you sit in a specific spot.
Yeah.
It just has a different design to better match the aesthetic Bloodstained is going for.
So, I actually have a question for you. Where are you heading now?
I'm mostly just clearing out stuff here before heading anywhere specific.
Are you open to a recommendation?
Sure.
Or hold my tongue. I would get the moon jump first, just so you have it, because it definitely will save you in case if you make like a mistake in the going to the succubus fight, because if you like miss or whatever, you can actually recover from using the moon jump.
Time to go fly and
have.
Batman.
Technically, right now, if you really wanted to show off all the endings, you can go fight.
Yeah, but I'm not showing. I'm not showing off the bad ending, because then we have to go through like the ending and the credits.
Again. I already did that on a stream already. I've shown off all 4 endings.
Like I'm just going for best ending, which all you have to do is like explore all the map.
Do you mind if I explain like the 2 bad endings then, since we're not even gonna go?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So technically, when you get the bat form, you can technically beat the game right now. Unfortunately, during that part of it, you have to fight Richter, and during that fight, since you don't know what's happening to Richter, if you kill him, then in that ending, since you never informed Maria you found Richter, both Richter and Maria end up dying in the worst ending.
Yeah.
Technically I can't really talk about the 3rd ending until after we speak to Maria in a certain sense.
Yeah, I've cleared out all the map in the library, so I'm heading out here.
Okay, then there's nothing left for the library. Then I would just say get the moon jump next, and just say
remind me where the moon jump is, so I know where I'm going.
Marble Gallery, where you first met Maria. You go straight up with the bat form.
Okay.
Where the giant clock is.
Okay, a lot of it comes down to the clock room.
Well, yeah, because that's the main room where everything happens.
Yeah, and the Saturn version is where it introduces stuff that would be carried over into the PSP version, and by extension, the PS4 version, with like how you get the better endings.
Also, getting the moon jump will get you a lot of, I think, either health upgrades or medicines.
Yeah, I can also get some. I can also get a couple treasures here that I couldn't get before due to not having the bat form and this form.
Yeah, so basically, I would recommend just clearing out as much as you can before progressing.
Yeah, just to cut down on backtracking.
Plus,
we can also check on the bird nest now.
Yeah, so fun thing about that bird nest, in the PlayStation 4 version, there is an achievement where if you watch the entire cycle of that bird nest and everything that happens, you get an achievement for it.
Yep. It was just an Easter egg in the original. Like down here, there's a little seagull nest, and if you keep coming back to it, you'll see that seagull lay some eggs and hatch the eggs and have babies.
Yes.
We can also look out the telescope again. I don't think we're going to see anything. No, it's just the ferryman.
Yeah, we just see Charon.
Yeah, Karen. is how you pronounce
Karen.
it.
I keep saying it's Sharon because of the way it's
it's Greek, so it would be pronounced Karen.
All right. Well, I apologize for the offense.
Look, I feel sorry for him for having a name that sounds like Karen.
Yeah.
He's the original Karen when you think about it.
I mean, fair. Probably. Also, I love the fact that in
I want to speak to the manager.
Oh God, no! We do not need a fan. We do not need a fan dub of that in a Symphony of Night. I can just see him talking to the master librarian like that. But no, I was gonna say,
Here says, yes, do it.
So we're just gonna, okay then.
I got turned into a gargoyle, so I'm glad that I got to show off that Easter egg. It's a random percentage chance of, like, if you get petrified, your sprite will turn into a gargoyle instead of just a stone version of Alucard. There's no difference in what happens. It's just a little Easter egg for, like, a little visual gag.
It's just for flavor.
Yeah. That sounds like that sounded like Doofenshmirtz. That's how the ferryman sounds in the English dub.
But no, definitely, we definitely need to do a shitpost dub of that. Just
this generation's take on A Day in Dracula. This generation's spiritual successor to A Day in Dracula's life.
Yeah, basically Sharon and the master librarian.
Now it sounds like you're calling it Sharon.
Sharon! What the fuck are you doing, Sharon?
Right, that's what I was gonna say. So, in Vampire Survivor, you can play as the ferryman.
Yep.
Who's now named Sharon. I love it.
I remember when I was a young teen and realized the chest and rear of the demon thing. Yeah, the Diplocephalus has got a booty.
Yeah,
the human part of the Diplocephalus is caked up for no real reason, but I appreciate it.
Well, here's the thing. It's supposed to be easy on the eyes so that the beast below can eat you.
I mean, if you want the beast below to someone, just give it a vagina dentata. Oh, vagina dentata. What a horrible phrase.
Oh God, I just realized something. Since she's attached to the tail, wouldn't that make the monster below the
Please don't make me think about that.
You know what a vagina dentata is, right?
No, I do not.
It's like a folklore thing that's meant to scare people off from casual sex of like, looks like a woman, but her vagina has teeth in it and it bites off your dong.
Oh, the whole
there was a movie for that.
The movie Teeth is inspired by that.
Rows of teeth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right, the term for that is a vagina dentata.
You turned into a mist.
No, I turned into a bat.
Oh, right.
Because I don't have the infinite mist flight yet.
No, because I'm used to the bat squeak that happens when you turn into a bat. That's why.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. That's absent here.
Yeah, so it sounds like the mist transformation, but in the PlayStation version, you turn into the bat has a squeak.
Yeah. I don't know if that was just like a dubbing thing. Okay, we got the gravity boot, so now I can do the moon jump.
So, yeah, basically how to gravity jump is just down and up and that. And you can do it over and over again.
Yeah, I just pulled it off.
The only problem, it costs a little MP per use, but it's so negligible.
Yeah, it's negligible. You can do it a lot. Especially if you do a build that has high MP.
Also, this makes clearing a map a lot quicker.
Yep. The waterfall area, especially, because you just shoot to the top.
Well, yeah, that and the upper, like, where Dracula's throne room is.
Yep. And now we can go back to the library to fuck with the master librarian.
Yep, I would recommend doing that as well, because we need to...
Good thing I stocked up on library cards.
I think there's 2 items you can get right now. The third item I don't think you can get until you beat until you can solve the conflict with Richter.
Okay.
So you can get 2 of them right now. I know the 2 items I know you can get is well, I'll just say the items that drop when they drop.
Well, we'll see it when they drop.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Oh my god, did the fairy just attack?
Yeah, the fairy can attack.
I've never seen her do that.
Yeah, she can attack. She can defend
all
herself.
my playthroughs of different versions of Symphony of the Night, she's never done that in any of my playthroughs.
That's because usually very rarely attacks because they're more focused on healing you if you have damage to yourself.
Yeah, I've never seen her attack before. She shot out like a little magic shuriken.
Yeah. Never
seen her do that.
She's not useless. She can fight.
I never said she was useless. I just thought she was purely support.
I know. I'm. Oh my god. I was trying to do a thing, but never mind.
I'm strong and I can kick. Apparently that was a reference, I know that through Homestar Runner, but apparently that's a reference to like a particularly unhinged interview that Crispin Glover had on like Conan O'Brien or something, where he was in character as a character from a movie he was promoting at the time, but he didn't tell anyone he was going to be in character, so everyone thought he was just having like a mental episode or something.
Huh?
Crispin Glover's a weird person.
Yeah.
Like, would not come back for the Back to the Future sequels, but did agree to be an epic movie as that movie's parody of Willy Wonka.
Who was Crispin Glover in Back to the Future?
Marty McFly's dad.
Oh, okay.
Both young and old because they use makeup to make them look older.
Okay. Well, again, I haven't seen a lot of movies in a long while, so...
Yeah. But, yeah, Crispin Glover was George McFly, both 1950s version and, 1985 version.
1955 and 1985, yeah.
Yeah. All right, just got the first item.
All right, and what was it?
A life up, I believe. I couldn't make it out because the text was off screen.
That's not the, one of the 3 items. You have to keep like hitting him over and over again a bit, and there should be like an item that drops on like I guess like a small like edge when you land. You just do that a couple of times. So sorry, Master Librarian, we're gonna have to give you a concussion. And I think the jumps have to be like constant, like while in succession.
Okay. Oh, I see. So you have to like bounce him into the ceiling or something?
Yeah, you have to keep like bouncing him into the ceiling and
yeah, it's a little hard to pull off on a Sega Saturn D-pad because it's easier to hit diagonals.
Like I said, if
excuses.
If you don't want to go for it, I can just tell them what the items are. But
yeah, it seems to only be registering like 2. Okay, I got 3 that time.
All right, if you don't want to like go for them, I could just tell them what the items are.
Yeah.
All right then. So one of the 3 items you can get is called the Ring of Arcana. And what that item does is it doubles the drop rate of all items in the game that can be dropped by enemies. Now, in the reverse castle, there is a second of this ring. If you have 2 of these rings, it cuts getting the Crusadegrim down by half. So instead of taking 3 hours, you could potentially get it within 30 minutes to an hour, getting both blades. The second item in the game you can get is Dracula's Tunic, which is a very decent armor to have for the reverse castle. I forgot what the third item is. Then again, I believe there was a third item. I'm pretty sure there was. I could be wrong.
I've knocked him into the ceiling 4 times now, and he ain't dropped shit.
Then I would say just forget about it, and just not worry about it then. The items drop on a random, so it's like...
Yeah. Good thing you don't need item completion to beat this game.
No. Hell no. Then all I'm gonna say is good luck getting a certain item from a dodo bird.
Good luck reaching the dodo bird before it runs away.
Yeah, exactly. But no, since you got the moon jump now, and we're clearing out a lot of things, I guess you don't have to get the constant mist item right now. Because technically you really don't need it. There's only like one other upgrade you need, and that's like Echo of Bat.
Yeah.
You can't get the Fire of Bat. You can't get the Fire of Bat though. In the clock tower, real quick. By just going upwards.
I'm heading to the clock tower right now, so I can clear out that area because I haven't really explored it yet.
Yeah, I would get rid of that right away. So you could at least get the save room that's like at the upper floor.
Yeah.
And get like a bunch of the goodies that are up there. So
this is where the Mirror Aquarius is going to come into play, because that area is full of petrifying Medusa heads, and that will make me immune to petrification.
Yep. Unfortunately, it didn't make Varen immune to having a snake go down her tits.
Well, I didn't have the Mirror Aquarius as Varen.
I know, but I'm saying even if you did, it wouldn't save you.
Look, it's not, you see that was all Riku's fault, and Megatronus only made it worse.
Yeah, if Megatronus kept that natural one, I straight up I would have just said, yeah, he missed the snake entirely. He copped the feel, and the snake went lower.
Look, he was going to get hurt either way.
I know. I'm just saying. He would have missed completely, grabbed you, then the snake would have just gone down further, and then Megatronus would have been screwed even more.
Look, the way I've described it. Oh, and I can finally get this the stuff that's on these pedestals. I got Ice Mail, the Bekatoa, and the Shaman Shield.
Yeah, Shaman Shield increases intelligence, so when you use a shield rod.
But will it make me Shaman King?
Oh my god.
Boo!
I need to watch the new version of that, especially since it actually covers the whole story. Because the original Shaman King anime ended before the manga's ending came out, because the author got like disillusioned with Shaman King and like just stopped writing it for a good like 10 years. And like intentionally gave it a very unfulfilling ending that didn't have like a satisfying final battle. Like the final battle basically happened off screen.
Yeah.
And then he wrote an addendum to it after he had, you know, gotten out of that negative headspace that depicted what actually happened in that final battle and became the canon ending.
And then he wrote a sequel.
Yep, he wrote a sequel. Also, apparently, Zatch Bell is back on streaming services now.
Is it
really?
It was on Xbox back when they sold stuff. That's a big deal because the author of Zatch Bell like intervened to have it removed from distribution and have the anime removed from distribution for over a decade because his publisher like did some illegal shit that led to him gaining 100% ownership of the IP. So any like translations or adaptations couldn't be distributed without his 100% approval.
Also,
I guess he's accepted it finally.
And he's also written. He's also either written. I don't know if it's ended yet, but he wrote a sequel.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it hasn't been localized yet, and he seems to be kind of against localizing Shaman King because he wants to have as few companies involved in distribution as possible.
Also, Ari, if I may add, you know the giant blue skulls, right? The Skull Lords.
Yeah.
They also drop a shield.
Yep.
the skull shield, which if you used it with the shield rod, fires a beam that does darkness damage.
Yeah, I'm just trying to do the thing with the gears to make them click.
I know. I'm just trying to give information on certain drops that the enemies have.
God damn it. It doesn't help that the shield rod's hitting twice.
The easiest way to do this is just have, like, the short sword on and just do it that way.
Yeah. Or I could just punch.
Yeah, that too. Like, anything that just does one hit. Because you're technically not killing anything anyway.
Yeah, I'm just taking 1 point of damage from this onslaught of, Medusa heads.
The only thing that I'm afraid of is since you don't have Holy Symbol yet, if you get hit and you fall into water, you're going to be in trouble.
Well, there's not much water in the clock tower.
No, but one of the... Yeah, but one of the gears is above a small pool of water.
In that case, yeah, I'm going to go back to the underground cavern instead.
That's what I was saying, because it's one of the spots purposely has a pool of water for you to fall into if you get smacked.
Iron says, is there a kid in a cursed mask at the top of the clock tower? Parentheses, joke again. No. Sadly, no.
Skull Kid's not... No, Skull Kid does not exist in Castlevania. We will not talk of this.
Yeah, Skull Kid's not in Castlevania. That Majora existing in Castlevania would add all sorts of extra chaos on top of chaos itself.
Yeah, we do not need that headache, sorry. Oh boy.
Is there sea salt ice cream at the top of the clock tower? No, because you don't get the sea salt ice cream at the top of the clock tower. You eat it at the top of the clock tower. You get it from the ice cream ice cream vendor.
Although there is
it's salty,
ice cream that drops from it.
But sweet.
There is an ice cream item that does drop from one of the enemies, though. I do know that much.
Yes, but it's not sea salt ice cream.
Well, no, it's not sea salt ice cream, but
people still want an official sea salt ice cream recipe to come out. Okay, I got the fire of bat.
I know Binging with Babish made his own version of sea salt ice cream.
There's a lot of people that have made their own versions of the sea salt ice cream, but since we don't know what it's supposed to taste like other than salty and sweet, people debate about what ingredients should be used.
Okay.
Because, all we know is its color. We know that comes in more of like a popsicle-ish form, and that it's salty but sweet.
I just assumed it was like a salty but sweet blueberry flavor.
See, like I said, there's no official recipe for sea salt ice cream, and it's not a thing.
I know.
That you can easily get a hold of.
As you stated as much. I'm just saying, like, to me, it just looks like a salty but sweet, like, blue flavored popsicle.
Yeah, I like that you said blue flavored, because when you see a popsicle like that, it's like, I know this is supposed to be like a blue raspberry or a blueberry flavor, but it doesn't taste like blueberry or like raspberry, but sure as hell does taste blue.
But yeah, no, I'm glad you're going back to get the holy symbol, because that is gonna basically take away a lot of things that'll, like, kill you.
I also just like the design of the holy symbol. It's one of the few relics where I like to point out what it looks like.
Actually, technically, you could also go back to the start of the game and get a health upgrade, as well as the holy mail, which will protect you from Richter's holy magic. Okay.
Here says it's always blue, so Blurpleberry. No, Blurpleberry is the closest thing we've ever people outside of, people that have tasted it, have tasted to the fourth flavor, if we're going by a throwaway line said by Number Zero in Kids Next Door Operation Zero. He had a throwaway line that people forget about a lot, where he says that Blurpleberry is the closest thing he's had that tastes like the fourth flavor. And that only complicates things further because we don't know what the fuck Blurpleberry tastes like.
Oh, God.
No, not snozberries. Snozberries is a very different thing. Going into Castlevania and food-related stuff, warning, do not eat Maria Renard's cooking. It's apparently so bad that even Alucard in his, infinite gentlemanliness towards her can't stomach her cooking.
I can actually attest to this.
Given that Maria is your aunt.
I'm just gonna say this right now. How does one set fire to homemade ice cream? How does one do that?
Very carefully.
Yeah.
Except the opposite of careful.
Yeah. I was gonna say the stomach pains as well as the confusion that happened. I just don't.
Look, it's what happens when you try. It's what happens when you try to cook with dragonfire. Trust me, I know from experience.
Which is why I learned how to cook on my travels, as well as I'm grateful that my beloved wife knows how to cook as well.
But yeah, one of the things I want to do one year as a sort of Halloween celebration project is do a fan dub of the Symphony of the Night sequel.
Nocturne.
Symphony of the Night sequel audio drama, Nocturne of Recollection.
I definitely would love to be a part of that.
Yeah. Would you say her cooking is bad enough she would end up banned from a kitchen? No, that's Rena from Zenless Zone Zero. Or Noelle Vermillion from Blaze Blue. Noelle Vermillion from Blaze Blue's cooking is so bad that every time they show whatever dish she's cooked, they, pixelate it, because apparently it's so heinous that it has to be censored.
Also, I guess technically, since you're getting the holy symbol, you could technically go fight Succubus right now.
Yeah, but not going to do that just yet.
I know. I'm just saying, in technicalities.
Yeah. Blaze Blue Battle of Waifus 2, Electric Boogaloo. Yeah, we need to have a rematch in Blaze Blue.
The Spectacles of Eros gag ending is just my favorite in
Yeah, Spectacles of Eros is the best running gag in Blaze Blue. Especially because it has a surprisingly wholesome element to it in the version that was in Chrono Phantasma.
Yeah. Then again, with I think it was Kokonoe, like every time she says she's gonna say something what she's gonna do to Ragna.
Yeah, what she's gonna do to Ragna, they censor it with like him shouting out his attack names.
Yeah. That made me laugh.
Apparently
so
it involves
hard,
drugging him, first of all, so do not the Kokonoe.
do not
the cat.
Do not the ways of the cat, for you will suffer.
But like Makoto offered Ragna a gift in the Chrono Phantasma version that I'm like, man, I wish I had her offer me that. That would be a great gift from my favorite girl from Blaze Blue. If you don't remember, she was like, here, it was basically like, here's a booba mouse pad of me made from a real mold of my underboob.
And this was, which character?
Makoto.
Oh, Makoto Nanya.
You know, the queen of the underboob.
Oh, right, yeah. You said Makoto, I was thinking, another character.
Makoto Nanya from Blaze Blue, you know, the squirrel waifu.
I know, your favorite squirrel.
The better squirrel girl. I joke. I like that a lot of that Squirrel Girl's popularity from Marvel Rivals has led to an influx of artwork pairing her with Makoto Naniya. Also, Makoto has one of the best gag endings in Continuum Shift Extend, where they, like, act out a play about her family life with all the other characters playing family members, and they all get it wrong. Like, the main villain of the series playing the mother.
My favorite female in Blaze Blue is Taukaka.
Taukaka's great. Yeah, Taukaka's amazing. She's a good girl. She's addicted to Booba a little too much, but she's a good girl.
Her heart's in the right place.
Her heart's in the right place, yeah. She just wants to do what's right for her people. She just doesn't know where she's going because she forgets everything she forgets everything after like 3 seconds.
At one convention one year when I was cosplaying Richter, I saw a Taukaka cosplayer. She actually came up to me and Lulu when we were doing Richter and Nanette. Oh wait, Maria. Oh no,
that was the fairy.
That was the fairy. That threw me off. Okay, anyway, me and Lulu were cosplaying Richter and Nanette from Castlevania, and Lulu wanted to get a picture of Taukaka, and the Taukaka cosplayer recognized who we were and got a picture with us, and she gave us a hug afterwards, and I was very happy that day because I was like, that's awesome.
I thought this was gonna go in a different direction, given that I was a Taukaka cosplayer. I was going to be like, did she grab Lulu's booba or did she grab your booba?
I get it, because Richter, technically, yeah, with all the jokes with Richter.
No, I was more so, it's Taukaka. She's all about the booba. And...
yeah. Well, there's a, picture, that someone drew of Richter, like, being, as muscular as he is. And Maria's so upset because she's saying, like, Richter's chest is bigger than mine.
Even my brother-in-law's chest is bigger than mine.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, unfortunately, that would happen.
Just killed the Scylla with one wave of the shield rod.
Shield rod, yeah. Shield rod is OP. Please nerf.
And it slowed the game the fuck down when she died. Like I said, the Saturn version's unstable, and there we got the Glaring Cloth, which is a different translation for the crystal cape.
Yeah, the crystal cloak, yeah.
Crystal cloak, yeah, they just translated it as Glaring Cloth. It's weird.
It also has a really cool look to it.
Yeah, the white shine to tear darkness. That is English if I've ever read it. Okay, I see. Okay, yeah, this is a different cloak. That's why it's translated different.
Yeah.
Because the Saturn can't do transparencies properly. This is a glowing white cloak.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because remember, I told you the Saturn can't do transparencies like the PS1 can. It has to checkerboard
did say
it.
That.
So instead of trying to do that element of the crystal cloak, they give us a custom one.
Hey Ari, are you up to doing some science?
Depends.
Bat form.
Bat form. That's also what Kier wanted to see. Yeah, it makes the bat white and glow.
Yeah, so depending on what cloak you have equipped, the bat has a different color.
Yeah.
And the Joseph's cloak allows you to turn it any color you want based on the options screen. So your bat can be any color you wish, which means that bat is a rainbow.
I just accidentally teleported back to the library.
Did you really?
I will never get used to the button placement for the transformations. It's wrong.
Just remember, A and B is attack. C is
You know
item.
what? Just to prevent that from happening again, I'm taking the library card out of the pocket slot.
Yeah, I would, because you're gonna be like, okay, I'm all the way here. The final boss of this game in the reverse castle.
I'm going to be fighting Dracula in the reverse castle. I accidentally teleport back to the fucking library.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Although technically you do have to do that once if again you want to go for 100% map completion. Otherwise, if you just clear the map and then beat the final boss, it doesn't count.
Yeah. Well, technically, you don't have to get 100% map completion for the best ending. It's like slightly under 100%. Because it doesn't factor in... It doesn't require you to map out the entire final boss arena.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying that for people who want to do, like, full map completion.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the, like, you know, still getting new to the genre things that Symphony of the Night does.
Also, it's the only other way to, get, Dracula's, second, bestiary entry.
Yeah. Because otherwise, you know, your save is going to be from before fighting Dracula.
Yeah, so... So back to the underground waterway.
Kier says it looks badass in regards to the white glowing bat. Yes, it does.
Oh, yeah, it is. It is. Again, the level of customization Symphony of the Night has... It had no reason to have this much customization, but it is welcome.
The reason it has so much cool stuff like this is because since Symphony of the Night, believe it or not, was like the B-team project at the time, while the main focus was on the N64 Castlevania, Konami didn't see this as like a main project that they were too worried about, so they let Iga and his team basically do whatever the fuck they wanted.
Yeah, and thanks to that, we have so much customization and so many ways to play the game. Even to this day, like, you could come back to this like months or a few years later, and you could still feel like it's a new game to you. Yeah.
And, like, when we talk about customization, it's even down to, like, that opening boss fight with Dracula as Richter. Even that, the way you do that, determines your starting stats. So you can manipulate the way you do that fight based on what kind of run you want to go for.
Yeah, because if you kill... Basically what we did in this version, if we defeated Dracula without getting hit... we get perfect stats. Basically, we could start with the most possible stats we can have at level 1.
It also determines your starting consumable items.
Yeah, so we got the neutron bomb, and we technically would not have the neutron bomb if we got hit.
Yeah.
If you got hit during the fight, you don't have as much powerful stats. But if you well, I guess it's we could say this because we didn't die in that fight, and it only happens during that area.
Yeah, if you run out of health, it gives you a special encounter with Maria in that fight where she revives you powered up with the power of her guardian animals. That makes it so you're invincible. And also...
Yeah, it basically awakens Richter's quote-unquote like divine champion / god form.
Yeah.
Which they showed in the anime, but I'm not going to go into much spoilery for that. Okay. But it's basically just like...
It's also the only appearance of Child Maria in this game, given that the rest of the time we see her as an adult.
Pretty much, yeah. And Child Maria is spunky as all hell.
Child Maria is amazing to play as in Rondo of Blood, especially because she gets her own better ending than Richter gets.
She also gets a double jump, which
look, even not factoring in the double jump, the fact that she can change her direction mid-air makes her the better character to play as. Just being able to control your direction mid-air in a classic Vania game makes you OP.
Well, yeah, that's why also Simon in Super Castlevania 4 is broken. You can change mid-air, too, with him.
Kier says, feeling a little sick, I'm gonna go lay down. Feel better, Kier. That's an order.
Have a good night, Kier. Go get rest.
That's an order. If you don't, you're getting demoted.
Yep. But, no, Simon can move in mid-air for Castlevania, so
yeah, for Super Castlevania 4, and that's part of the reason that Super Castlevania 4 is one of the easier Castlevania games in terms of its platforming challenges.
Yeah, but I love 4 just because of the fact that you can beat the game with just the whip and not any sub-weapons.
Yeah, the sub-weapons are... The whip is so useful because you can aim it in all 8 directions that there's no need to use sub-weapons.
Yeah, and what I love about Castlevania Harmony of Despair for Xbox, Julius Belmont gets that 8-directional whipping.
And what you're saying is, if a problem comes around, you must whip it.
Yes, whip it good. Then again, it doesn't help the fact the Vampire Killer, in terms of what it does in terms of stats, it ignores all resistances and immunities. Plus, being holy damage, it's broken.
Yeah, holy damage against Castlevania enemies in general is broken.
Yeah, that's why weapons like the Mistletoe, the Clem Solas, Vampire Killer...
yes, Mistletoe, the magic wish-granting chainsaw.
Yes, but it's also a...
Sadly not in this version, but
tree.
In the best incarnation of Mistletoe, which is from Is This a Zombie?
Yeah. But outside of This Is a Zombie, Mistletoe is just a sword carved from a sacred tree.
We're probably gonna do some more stuff in the caverns right now, and then we'll call it a night.
Did you break the floor that was
Yes, I did break that. I did break the floor that the fairy pointed out.
Okay, so the one where the holy symbol. It's okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just making sure. I'm paranoid, so it's like
someone using JKR's account said, "I miss you, Ari-chan."
Oh my god. Let me guess who said that. Who do you want to guess who said that?
Given that Chuck was getting ready to go home, I'm guessing it was probably Furret.
Probably.
All right, here's the ferryman again. Thy destiny awaits, O prince. I can't help but give him the Master Roshi laugh.
Also the fact that it kind of sounds like the Majima laugh.
Kiryu-chan. I don't know. I haven't heard Majima laugh too much.
Kiryu-chan.
Or if you're going for like Mark Hamill, Majima, Kiryu-chan.
I know. I was going for the Japanese one, but I don't have any water on my throat.
The biblically accurate Majima.
I can do that Majima perfectly in terms of the voice, but
Ricking says you would be a good granny. I don't know whether to take that as a compliment or not.
Wow.
Are you saying I'm a gilf?
Well, real question, how old is Maxine lore-wise?
Yes. Anyway, holy symbol. It's a snorkel.
Yep. But now, thanks to that, we are now immune to all forms of water and water-based damage, except holy water because
water accessories.
The only thing it does not.
I don't know what this word means, so I will say yes. Gilf means granny I would like to fuck.
Yep.
It is the old lady version of MILF, which is mother I'd like to fuck.
Yep. But no, the only thing the holy symbol doesn't protect you from, though, is the Hydrostorm spell. Unfortunately, you do not get a pass on that one.
Yeah. Just clearing out some of the underwater sections of this area.
Well, yeah.
Completion.
Which, speaking of that, I will get into this because it wouldn't matter if it's like reverse castle anyway. If you're going for full percentage in this game, which is 200.6%, you need to be good with manipulating the dog to touch the ceiling of the water when the castle is upside down in order for it to count.
Yeah, that's like the one spot that I never figured out as a kid. Well, not as a kid, but as like a teenager. But I figured it out by accident. just by, like, accidentally landing there with the dog. I was like, wait, the dog can swim?
Ironically, I
got the ice cream from the frozen shade.
Ooh, nice. But I was gonna say, ironically, that is the way I learned about that was through you, actually.
Oh, I can't believe I taught you something.
Yeah,
something that's not cursed, I mean.
Yeah, because here's the thing. The way I did it, I spent hours on end just double jumping to make it count. And you can do it with double jump. It's just, it is very precise on where you need to be with the double jump or moon jump in order for it to count. Whereas the dog, it just makes it easier.
Like, in hindsight, it makes sense that the dog form can swim because, you know, he can doggy paddle. But it's not like something the game explicitly tells you about the dog's abilities. Because the wolf form is, like, kind of useless for most of the game.
If you have skill of a wolf and power of a wolf,
yeah, but you don't get that until way later.
Well, yeah, but it makes things clearing out the certain rooms a lot quicker.
Yeah, but you don't get that until way later.
I know. I'm just saying, like, in terms about the wolf form's usability.
Yeah, when I say most of the game, I mean like once you get it until. The stretch between, like, initially getting it and then getting those upgrades. There's not much reason to use the wolf other than to, like, get through tight spaces.
Yeah. That and clearing out... That and if you're also farming drops from certain enemies and the wolf is able to one-shot it, you can do it that way.
You can use the wolf underwater. And he has a bork button.
Biblically accurate borking.
Yeah, the underwater sections don't look as good in the Saturn version because it has that checkerboarded effect due to lack of transparencies. Saturn was really kneecapped on transparencies. Most of the time when it came to 3D games, that was just used for shadows, but since Symphony of the Night uses a lot of transparency effects in a 2D game, that came to be a problem.
Yeah, but that also made it one of the more beautiful games on like the PlayStation.
Yeah, but on the Saturn, that really sucks.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, with the transparency thing they have on the PlayStation, it's a beautiful game. That's what I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm specifically talking about Saturn, because that's what we're playing.
No, Saturn got
and, like, this is the furthest I've played into the Saturn version, so I'm commenting on things I'm noticing.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure. I was just like,
yeah, I haven't gotten this far in. Well. I haven't gotten this far in the Saturn version yet, so I'm like commenting on things that I'm noticing as.
Actually, you could also technically go open up the underground mine and the mausoleum.
Yep. But for right now, I gotta get the Donkey Kong skeleton to open this bridge. Actually, no, I haven't hit the switch for that yet.
No, you haven't. Plus, it's good to just like get all the water areas out first, anyway.
Yeah.
Because technically, if you did all that, loop back around and go back to and then go back
I got the secret boots.
Gallery. Yeah, which does nothing but make your character.
No! Don't say it. I want to show them. I want to show them what's so secret about the secret boots. They're one of the most OP items in Castlevania history.
Too bad it was her.
No, it wasn't.
Want to see what the secret boots do? They make you exactly 1 pixel taller.
So they're high heels.
That is all they do.
They're just high heels, basically.
Yeah, they're a joke item. They don't even affect your stats.
If I accidentally spoiled it, I'm sorry. I did not.
That's why I was talking over it.
Yeah, I did not know we were going for a bit. That is why. So I did not know. I apologize for that.
It's okay. I mean, I forgot that you get the secret boots here, so that's why I was like kind of going quickly into it.
No, it's fine, Niko. It happens.
It's fine, Niko. It's not like I plan out bits. Look, it's not like I'm planning out bits as I go in. This is all stream of consciousness.
like here's the thing. I get way too excited with Castlevania games, so I go for a lot
of
of
okay,
lore.
bro.
It's
like,
okay.
I'm the same way with Pokemon and Digimon.
But yeah, no, as I was saying, it would make more sense just to get everything you missed. Going to get the merman statue, and then just go back around through the marble gallery back to underground again, kill the succubus boss, and just open up the extra area.
Yeah.
It'll be easier.
But yeah, the secret boots, they're OP because they make it so if you're too short to ride one of the rides at the carnival, you just put on the boots and now you're tall enough.
Or in Maria's case, if she wants to sneak a kiss with Alucard, she can just put the boots on and try to reach him.
Assuming it doesn't just go misform the moment that she gets too close.
I mean, yeah, fair.
Also, I doubt that she would do that, and you wanna know why?
Why?
Because she's a lady of class, and she knows that's cuter if the shorter person in the couple has to stand on their tiptoes to get the kiss.
You say she's a lady of class, and yet she compares herself to Carmilla.
She did as a kid, not as an adult. She grew out of that.
I know, but still, I have to peg her for that one. Again,
You're not pegging your aunt. I am putting a stop to that.
I have a favor to ask anyone in the chat. Can you guys please don't just bonk her, please? Just...
It's not my fault that you keep saying that you want to peg people.
It's not my fault. You take every word out of context.
You kind of set yourself up though, Niko.
Yeah, you walked straight into that one.
Yeah, but words have multiple meanings. It is your dirty mind that turns it.
Words do have multiple meanings, and I intentionally go with the worst ones possible.
Yeah, so that's your fault.
Or the funny.
Yeah, that's your fault, not mine.
It's not a bug, it's a feature. Besides, if anyone's pegging Maria, it's me.
I mean, I don't know how I would feel about you pegging my aunt, but okay.
I mean, I would hope you don't have thoughts about your aunt getting pegged, even though you just said you want to peg your aunt.
I don't want to... My... I am seriously begging, please, somebody redeem a bonk. Just redeem a bonk. Anyone here, redeem a bonk.
You know what they say about denial, Niko? It's just another state in the union.
I'm not into Sweet Home Alabama, my dude. No.
I would hope you're not into Sweet Home Alabama. That song's overrated.
I have a... My God.
Song's overrated as fuck. It's not even the best Lynyrd Skynyrd song. And its riff is just stolen from Werewolves of London. Also, Sweet Home Alabama, if you actually look at the lyrics, it says some pretty shitty stuff about Lynyrd Skynyrd, like saying that they weren't bothered by the Watergate scandal and actually still supported Nixon after that. I'm not making that up. That's in the lyrics to Sweet Home Alabama for some reason. Look it up. It's true.
Technically, you can get the, Oh, you're already past the room with the,
Yeah, I'm just going back and getting stuff at the castle gate. And I just killed that Owl Knight's owl to show that he gets sad when you kill his owl.
Yeah.
But I can
you did.
I got the power of Wolf.
Okay, so now you should be able to, dash as the wolf, I believe.
Yeah. I'm also clearing out the map space in, the castle entrance.
Yeah, because the castle entrance also has the Holy Mail.
Does it?
Yeah, go back to...
I mean, like, the very first room that counts as part of the map.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's not in that part then.
Yeah, I'm talking about, when I say castle entrance, I mean that literally the entrance to the castle.
I mean, castle entrance, that's literally the
this also does have the underground area. Since this is the Saturn version. So we can check this out.
Also, if you want the cross-sub weapon, it is in this area.
Okay. Yeah, we can check out another one of the new areas since that had a grate on there in every other version. And in the Saturn version, once you progress enough, it opens so you can go to one of the new Saturn exclusive areas.
In the PlayStation and the I guess the PSP version,
Underground Garden.
Oh, Vampire Killer's playing.
Yep. Very funky version of it.
Yeah, this ain't my favorite version of the song, but it's a good one.
You want to know what, like, the most overpowered version of Vampire Killer as a song is? And what? I'm sure you're probably gonna agree with me on it. Overpowered in terms of, like, why did it have to go this fucking hard for the context of when it's played? The arranged version from Castlevania Chronicles.
Yeah, that
the one where it just goes like full-on rave mix.
Yeah, that one, as well as the other two favorite versions I like are the Smash Bros. Ultimate version and the Castlevania the arcade version.
Yeah, it's not what. This is also where we see a lot of the new enemies, like Human Face Tree.
Yeah.
Ah. Okay, so when you kill it, it drops human face fruit that hurts you if you touch it. Good to know.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything from these areas, so I'm going in blind.
Yeah, you're fine. The last I saw of this was watching someone play through the Saturn version as a run.
Also, Ricking said in response to explaining to him what a gilf is, why would I want to fuck a granny? For money? Well, looks like a good idea. Look, I would have money to give you for fucking me, okay? Plus, you have to take me out to dinner first. I don't put out for nothing. You have to wine and dine me. Also, I'm not a granny. I'm not that old.
Again,
and I don't have kids I don't have kids in the first place, so my kids couldn't have had kids, so I can't be a granny.
Oh my god.
I don't have kids, but I have been someone's mommy before. That's a story for never. No, you may not. I'm putting a stop to it there. No, you may not.
Okay, so leave it up to self-interpretation. I got you.
All I'm gonna say is that it's someone that tried to reach out to me after being blocked for 2 years.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah.
All right. Never mind then. I did not.
It's someone that doesn't know how to take no for an answer.
Okay, I did not know that, all right?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
It's okay. I'm being lighthearted about it. But, like, no, I am not going into further detail.
See, the way why I said that was because I assumed it was about Maxine, not other things.
I've also been someone's mommy in roleplays before with someone who has a lot of interesting interests that I've had to put some limits on for roleplays.
Oh boy.
Like, thankfully he respects boundaries for roleplays and respects that I'm not into as much kinky shit as him.
Understandable.
And he will ask beforehand if I'm okay with role playing something, which is good for a roleplay partner. I'm not gonna name him because I don't want to name and shame people that haven't done anything wrong to me. That is a walking Venus flytrap called a Venus man trap.
Yep. There's also
there's some weird ass enemies here.
I believe,
You can tell these were not originally part of Symphony of the Night. They do not fit the art style.
yeah.
There's also a lot of poison stuff here, so this is where that circlet would come in handy.
Oh, God. I know what boss is in this area, too.
Yeah, I'm not exploring all of this area just yet. I'm just checking out parts of it.
I'm just saying, I know what boss lies in this area, and I am very...
I think I just found it.
Oh, well, guess what? Have fun! So this is
it's playing
the
Bloody
Skull Lord.
Skeleton Leader.
Yeah, Skeleton Leader. That beam attack, I think, is his most devastating ability.
It only hit me for 26 damage.
Oh, then you're... Wait, what? Damn, I think you're actually...
And I'm using the shield rod and getting a lot of critical hits against him.
Okay,
yeah, I killed him. I killed him.
Wow. Wow, I clearly remember the skeleton doing the beam attack and hitting for 130 damage. Never mind then.
Yeah, that was a shield rod to the rescue.
Oh, okay. Now you understand why I say buy the iron shield then, right?
Yeah. Yeah, shield rod plus the iron shield saved the day. Yeah, I love how you were freaking out about me encountering this boss. I'm like, I beat him in a couple seconds.
Well, here's the reason why. In the actual Japanese version, the beam attack did a lot more damage.
Well, they didn't adjust any values for like damage in this. All they did was port over the PS.
I need a favor.
All they did was port over the PS1 script for like the dialogue.
All I gotta ask is this: Can you tell me your equipment real quick?
Sure. I can also tell you my level. I'm level 24.
Okay.
And my equipment is like? Shield Rod, Iron Shield, Empty Pocket, Stone Mask, Mirror Cuirass, Glaring Cloth, which is that white cloak that we got in place of the Crystal Cloak, and Ring of Pails.
What's your defense?
17. Oh, and also the Fairy Familiar.
Okay. Okay, then.
My attack is 37. My strength is 20 plus 1. My constitution is 19 plus 7. My intelligence is 26 plus 5. And my luck is 20 plus 1.
Okay, that's why. All right. Never mind, then. I understood. I understood now why.
So I was unintentionally prepared for this area.
Okay, I understand why the beam attack didn't do as much damage as it did. Never mind.
Constitution?
Okay. Constitution and intelligence.
Okay.
It plays off of both values combined.
Okay.
I believe, if that's what I remember.
Well, yeah, that was an easy fight. Thank you, Shield Rod plus Iron Shield.
Well, I mean, technically, you cleaned out the underground that area.
Did I? Let me check the map.
Well, in terms of like the boss, but
yeah, I cleared out the area. I cleared out the whole map.
So
of that area.
Right, I guess
that's one of the Saturn exclusive areas done.
Now, here's the thing: are we walking back or are we using a card?
We're walking back because I still need to get stuff from the castle entrance.
Yeah, you still need to get the holy mail.
And I like that remix of Bloody Tears that played
yeah,
during the fight.
That Bloody Tears is actually one of the better versions that I like.
I agree. Also, where are these flying fish enemies? They look funny.
I think they're
Water Leaper is what they're called.
Yeah, because they're called Flying Fish and Aria of Sorrow, but I guess Flying Leapers, I guess. Okay.
Water Leaper. Keep in mind, there's also the Skeleton Breeder. I don't want to know how skeletons breed, other than boning.
There go. Okay, there's one enemy I am never using.
And gargoyles.
For obvious reasons. Gargoyles?
Gargoyles.
Ooh, nice. They brought those from Dracula X Chronicles then. Nice.
Well, Dracula X Chronicles brought in from this.
Well, yeah, Rondo of Blood. Rondo of Blood had gargoyle enemies. They had gargoyle enemies. It's on the alternate path of stage 2.
And there's another warp room here. Okay.
Okay, that makes things a lot easier.
Yeah. That took me to... Yeah, I'm still pretty close to the castle entrance. Okay, that's cool.
Well then, we unintentionally cleared out a extra area, so...
Yeah, got to show some more of the Saturn exclusive content.
Unfortunately, we did not get to hear a lot of the Bloody Tears music.
Yeah, because I went through that fight too easily.
Then again, that's what happens when you have Shield Rod and Iron Shield. Everything just fucking straight up dies.
That's the power of the stone mask. I reject my humanity, Niko.
I reject my humanity and decided to be cheap as all hell.
Look, I mean, Dio is cheap as all hell, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Even just from what I've seen in part 1, dude is broken as fuck.
Well, yeah. Well, then again, the motherfucker has the world, Zawaldo.
No, part 1, he doesn't even have stands in it, so he hasn't gotten Zawaldo yet.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying in general, Dio is broken.
Yeah. Speaking of some old school manime, as Joel from Vinesauce calls it, which is his term for, like, very manly, like, big buff dudes fighting each other anime, which is his only genre of anime he seems to like. I found out through a Joel clip from an old stream of his what the Swedish name for Fist of the North Star is.
Okay, what is it?
If only Kier was here to hear this, because he's a big Fist of the North Star fan. Technically, Fist of the North Star isn't an accurate translation of the title. The original title is Hokuto no Ken, which basically means, like, Great Fist of the Big Dipper. Or Ursa Major, as it's, you know, known in the astronomy community. But due to Ursa Major, you know, the Great Bear, being one of the translations of the constellation that's referred to in Hokuto no Ken, the Swedish translation called it Ken, the Great Bear Fist.
That tracks.
And they also translated Kenshiro's name as just Ken. Apparently, the whole reason that the English translation of Hokuto no Ken is called Fist of the North Star is because there was a bootleg fan translation of the manga back in the day that called itself Fist of the North Star, and when the official translation came out, they just took that title, or some kind of shit like that. It had something to do with, like, the, you know, early anime manga bootlegging scene. I also found out that, like, there's apparently some, like, decades-long beef in the, Dragon Ball Z tape trading community of the old, subtitled versions that you would get on tapes at early anime cons before there was an official, dub and sub of it. Like, there were circles that would... First of all, I found out how they got the subtitled versions. They didn't subtitle them themselves a lot of the time. You wanna know what they did?
What?
A lot of the people that would make these, like, bootleg tapes of subtitled anime, like Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball Z back in the 90s and early 2000s, were people that lived in Hawaii, which gets transmissions of Japanese TV channels due to their proximity to Japan that are subtitled in English.
Okay.
So they would record those off the TV and then, like, add in an extra caption saying, like, who the person who's distributing this tape is, so they can know if people are stealing their bootlegs. There was a lot of, like, you know, no honor among thieves back then about, like, this is my bootleg, you can't claim that it's yours, you don't have a right to redistribute it because it's mine. That kind of, you know, petty shit. And there was one that was something like, one of the captions for, like, you know, disclaimer captions for one of the credits for one of the Dragon Ball Z tapes said something like, fuck Josh from Dragon Circle Translations or something like that, and they just said he knows what he did.
Also, I assume you found the Holy Mail.
Yes, I did. And they never specified who they were talking about or what he did.
Wow.
We don't know who the person that they're calling out is or what he did, other than apparently he knows what he did.
Well, okay then.
There's a lot of, like, conspiracy theories about who could be involved and what heinous crime he committed, but no one knows to this day. I just find that funny. It's like decades-long old school, like, original weeaboo beef from the tape trading circles.
Oh. Okay then.
So I got the Holy Mail. And
all that is left
yeah, that's everything in the castle entrance area.
Yeah, I think there's only 2 things you can get in the alchemy area, which is the other wolf skill, and I think it's either the other bat skill or another piece of equipment. I do not remember.
I didn't get the first bat skill, remember? No, wait, yeah, I did. Yeah, I got the power of bat. I got the fire of bat. I need the echo of bat.
Yeah. Because you told me you got the other bat skill earlier.
Yeah, I forgot about that. You're fine. I forgot about that bat.
Fireball bat.
Bat.
Fire bat.
The bat. Fire bat, bat, bat. The bat. Which,
it's the bat!
Oh, God.
Yeah, this song in particular goes so hard for a first area of the game, and I love it.
Look, any of the Castlevania music, it's stuck in my head when I hear it.
Any Castlevania music, especially made by Michiru Yamane, who was the composer for this game, especially goes hard.
Oh, yeah.
And also composed the music for Bloodstained. Like, it wasn't, like, Iga was trying to get as much of the old gang back together as possible, and I love that.
Well, yeah, Iga really loved Castlevania and wanted to give it a new life.
Yeah, he's the one that made Castlevania, like, a mainstay iconic franchise, outside of just being that NES platformer series.
Which is why when Bloodstained was coming out, a lot of players did the whole Igavania thing, which is they named their gameplay file Igavania and played through the game like that. I did that with Symphony.
I also like that he made himself a DLC super boss in the game.
Yeah, which is basically just the original Dracula and then like Alucard boss fight from Castlevania Legends into a hybrid.
Yeah, and he also throws wine glasses at you.
Yeah, he also dashes at you with a sword like Alucard did in Legends, and he has the triple fireball attack.
There's the skill of Wolf. And also that room that has one of each of the sub-weapons.
Yeah, so you can take your pick.
Got the cross just because I've never used it in this playthrough.
Yeah, which, should I tell people what the cross does? Oh, hi, Maria. Oh, no, that's the fairy.
That's the fairy telling me about a breakable floor.
That's the fairy! That's the fucking fairy. I keep forgetting. Oh, my God.
I mean, you're not used to how these characters sound because it's Japanese audio.
Yeah. But anyway, do you want me to tell them what the cross weapon does, or do you want to use?
I'll just show it to them when I get a good chance to use it.
I'm just gonna say it takes 100 hearts to use.
And I've got 136, and I just picked up a dagger. No, the fuck you don't.
There is an item in the game that does increase the cross sub-weapon's damage. So
yeah. All right, you know what? We got some skeletons here. Let's use the cross on them.
So yeah, using the cross-up weapon with Alucard in this game triggers Grand Cross.
Which is basically a screen nuke that affects the area that you're standing in. So it travels with you as you walk.
Yeah, and a trivia about that, although that is a main skill for a Belmont to have that they can use without the sub-weapon, other people who want to use it need to have a sub-weapon active. The main thing about that spell, it is unique to each Belmont. It has a different look and a different effect with each one, while having the same property and purpose.
The more you know.
G.I. Joe. Trying to rhyme.
G.I. Joe. No, if it was G.I. Joe, that would have been after we learned about pork chop sandwiches.
God damn it.
Or if we got approached by like a buff soldier type and would have been like, "Hey kid, I'm a computer. Stop all the downloading. Help computer."
I was gonna say, pork chops do fall out of the walls in Castlevania, so technically...
Pork chop sandwiches? Oh shit, get the fuck out! There's HD remasters of those now that we have HD versions of the G.I. Joe footage.
Oh god.
Also, it turns out that those videos are not like a YouTube original. They predate YouTube and were shown at, like... They were, put up on the website of the people who made it, Fensler Films, and they kept on getting, like... They started showing them off at, like, conventions and, like, film festival type stuff, and they got, like, a cease and desist from Hasbro saying, "Stop this shit."
Hasbro. But yeah, the only other thing the bat can reach is the room where the Slagra and Gaibon battle was.
Yeah, I got the bat card from there.
Yeah, and if you're a bat with the bat card equipped,
you know what? We'll show them. We'll show them because I got the bat now.
Yeah, let's just show them because it's more easier to see rather than me explain.
Yeah, we got the bat card now, which lets me summon a bat familiar. We can only have one familiar equipped at a time. And with the bat card equipped, wait for it to load. Because the Saturn version does have long load times. We get a little bat following us. If we turn to a bat, you get double the bat, and the bat gets little hearts around him.
And if I remember correctly, the higher level the bat is, the more bats will follow you, and
yeah,
enemies.
The more strong your bat is, the more bats you get, and you basically get a bat squadron.
Pretty much, yeah.
You get a battalion.
Bomp bomp, womp womp.
No, not womp womp. We're not Shy Lily. Not an Orcat. I'm a vamp elf.
So would that make you a Velp?
No. Look, Shiva already coined the term vamp elf during one of my first streams, so that's what I'm sticking with.
Okay, well I didn't know.
I'm a cyborg vamp elf.
No matter how many times I hang out with you, your anatomy still confuses me.
Are you saying you want to give me like an anatomical inspection? Because I don't know how I feel about that. That sounds oddly clinical.
I'm not. No.
You got. Like I said, you got to wine and dine me first.
Niko.
One, I'm a married man, and two, not in.
You're a married man. You're a married man, but your wife has said if we were a throuple, I would be your third.
That would be. I would be a vampire hunter in between two women. That would actually be very concerning for me. Thank you very much.
One of whom is half vampire.
Yeah, and my wife is a shapeshifter. So how do you think I feel about this?
A shapeshifter who's part angel.
Yes, and in which apparently with me and her having kids, she says, "Yeah, guess what? Due to the blood transfer with that, you're part angel as well." that's not how that works.
Well, I mean, it makes more sense than the physiology of vampires in Twilight, which was clearly being made up as it went along.
I don't count Twilight vampires, actual vampires. You are literally a sparkling glitter ball and a mannequin at Claire's. You are not a real vampire. Get the fuck out.
Like, I've never seen or read Twilight, but I have picked up that, like, Stephenie Meyer clearly didn't think about the implications of, like, how vampirism is transferred in her own series until, like, the end of the series. Because, like, at first she apparently stated, like, when you become a vampire, all of the fluids in your body become venom, and the venom is what turns people into vampires when it's transmitted to them. And then people are like, okay, so if everything in your body becomes a venom that turns people into vampires, then that means that if, like, a male vampire fucks a woman, then she's gonna turn into a vampire. And that's basically what kind of happens, apparently, at one later point in Twilight, because, of course, there has to be sex in this weird young adult romance story. And what she later retconned that, saying, like, actually, I meant all bodily fluids except for semen.
I'm gonna say this. Oh, okay, that makes me even more upset now that I learned about that bit of trivia. The one thing that makes me mad is, like, I get there's daywalkers, like, for vampires, they can daywalk or whatever, but here's the thing. If a vampire gets hit by sunlight, they do not sparkle. They burst into flames and turn to ash.
There's also a lot of horrifying implications about the main romance in Twilight, if you think about it for more than a second, which is that, what's-his-name, Edward, has been alive since at least the Civil War, and has been through high school multiple times, so it's like, okay, so you're hundreds of years old, and you choose to stay in high school for decades just so you can potentially hook up with teenagers? That's kind of creepy.
I will give Twilight this. I'll give them one thing. They do know how to do werewolves a little bit. They do know how to do that. I will give them this.
Yeah, and apparently they also they make the werewolf love interest really creepy and possessive.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, in terms of, like, actual, like, how werewolves look.
I only know about what I picked up through, like, friends that were really into Twilight, and also what I've seen of Cinemac Excrement's reviews of the movies.
Yeah.
And part of it is that in the finale, like, Bella and Edward have a kid, and Werewolf Boy is present for the kid's birth, is like, I am in love with your newborn daughter. I am going to pursue her romantically.
Oh my god, no.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but bottom line is, if you're saying Twilight has vampires, they're not vampires. Again, I will say, I'm still going to stand by this. They are a glitter ball and just a mannequin at your nearest Claire's in the mall. That is it.
I will say, out that film series, people are way too mean towards I've forgotten his name, the actor that played Edward, who now plays Batman. They're way too mean towards him, and he hates Twilight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad.
He hates Twilight, and he hates the Twilight fandom.
Yeah, I'm not mad at the actors. I'm just saying Twilight, in terms of a vampire thing, is just no.
Yeah, but people look at him and are like, oh, he's a terrible actor because he was in Twilight. He couldn't possibly play someone badass like Batman. And I'm like, he gave the performance that the work deserved, okay? He gave a shit performance in there because that's what that deserved.
Yeah.
And same thing with Kristen Stewart. She's an Academy Award-winning actress. She just played, like, zero facial expressions mannequin woman in there because Bella has no personality.
Yeah.
They gave what was asked of with the writing. And they're forever stuck with that, tarnishing their otherwise excellent careers.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I don't know much about, like, certain things in the community involved with this, but my therapist, who is an ex-Mormon, said that a lot of the weird stuff in Twilight makes sense if you grew up Mormon. That's all I'll say on that, because I'm not qualified to go further, because I'm not Mormon.
I'm not Mormon either, so I am not touching that with the 12-foot pole.
I don't know whether that's meant as an insult or not. I'm just relaying what was said to me. Don't shoot the messenger.
I am not. Who's shooting the messenger?
Just in case any Mormons are watching, I don't have problems with Mormons. I grew up around Mormons because I went to a school founded by Mormons.
God, the haunting chapel music in this area is so good.
Yeah.
So other than cleanup, we just got
Succubus and Richter.
Yeah. And then
and Maria.
Yeah, we also got the mine and the underground catacombs.
Yes.
And I believe...
And the clock tower, you know, properly exploring it.
Yeah, properly exploring clock tower, after getting both rings, and then, yeah, then it's just basically going to deal with Richter and then going to the reverse castle. Yeah.
Because there's not a lot of like story that happens in the reverse castle.
If I may, you probably already know this bit of little tidbit, but since we found teleport rooms, you mind if I drop a little like a little tidbit?
Yes. Go ahead.
So, well, originally in the PlayStation version, there are only 5 teleports.
Apparently, there's more in Saturn.
Well, yeah, but if you look closely at how the teleports are placed, they're in the shape of a pentagram.
Okay.
And the teleport, the way it works is, like, it goes in a circle, but also in some cases, I think in certain certain versions of the game, it goes, like, in a pentagram formation. So, like, it goes from, like, a star shape.
We'll have to do some science about that later.
Yeah, I need to do science on that in order to confirm, but I know for a fact that, on the map, if you have all 5 teleports, all 5 of them are positioned into where it is a pentagram. Which is very interesting because I learned about that tidbit when looking at Let's Plays of this game, and I learned that oh, guess what? This is basically a pentagram formation. I'm like, what?
Yeah, that makes sense. It is Dracula's castle.
Yeah.
There is, you know, there's also just straight up a pentagram item you can use.
Yeah. There's a lot of insta-kill items in the game that
you know, since we've been going for about 3 hours, I think I will show off one of the bad endings.
All right,
we're right there anyway.
Yeah, we might as well. Plus, we've already saved, so let's just.
Yeah, we'll call that the end of the stream after fighting Richter.
I have a question. Do you want to get the constant mist form real quick so we could save it and then go deal with him, or do you want to just save the mist form?
I'm literally at the bridge.
Yeah, the mist form is like right underneath. Yeah, there it is.
Okay. No, that was life up. And that was a heart up.
Yeah, there's a lot of like upgrades.
And there is the ghost card. I forgot about the ghost. Oh, the ghost boosters.
Good lord, the ghost card. I forgot what the ghost card did. It
summons a ghost.
Yeah, but I forgot what it does when you fully level it. I rarely use it.
I don't know, because no one ever uses the ghost. The ghost boosters.
But yeah, from
technically, I still haven't finished my karaoke of Super Ghostbusters because there are additional songs in the deluxe edition.
Please don't.
Oh no. Please.
Maybe next year. maybe next year's affiliate anniversary.
But yeah, I think below where the like right.
Yeah, we still got some map area we can check out here underneath the throne room.
Yeah, because right underneath that room is where the consecutive mist transformation is.
Need to figure out what button is Fire of Bat, because I'm getting swarmed by flea riders.
I think it's just the attack button when you are bat form.
Oh yeah, it also uses a lot of MP at first, so I probably shouldn't.
Yeah, you take a chunk of MP. Plus, while you're in bat form, you're losing MP rapidly. So
yeah,
be very wary about that.
Wowie. I'm hunting Dwaculas.
I don't know how I should feel about you wording it like that.
Well, I'm just doing an Elmer Fudd. Not everything's an ooh-woo voice.
I don't know, given how much Cthulhu likes to ooh-woo in this castle at the people who look at him.
Oh, you mean Cthulhu?
I hate you.
All right, here's where we get... Yeah, that's the power of mist.
Yep, so now we can become mist form for as long as we want.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to that save point and save so I don't have to get again next
playthrough. I would. Because then, next time we do this game, then if we got the bad ending, we would have to get everything again, so no.
Yeah, and I'd have to deal with those damn flea riders again.
Fleamen that ride birds!
The birds are stoned, isn't it beautiful?
Behold, a fleaman riding Birdramon.
Birdramon! Now that I think about the way that Birdramon said Birdramon's name in the English dub of Digimon, kind of sounds like Birdman!
I would actually be very scared if a fleaman learned how to ride Birdramon. I would be very, very scared.
Now that just makes me think want to ask if I can track down, assuming she's still alive, Berdramon's voice actress in the English dub, be like, was Birdman's way of saying his own name an inspiration for how you said Berdramon's name in the Digivolving sequence?
Probably.
Because, it coincidentally sounds a lot like it.
Also, make sure you get the Switch before Richter's room, so you can get the goodies on the on the floor above it.
Yes. I've already got a Switch. It's sitting over there in the dock.
Not that kind of Switch. That one thing you said gave me a headache in my right eye.
Which thing? I've said a lot of things tonight.
You said, I have a Switch. It's in my dock right over there. I was like...
We get the corn dog, and the pork chop, and the turkey, and the steak.
A lot of goodies.
And a resist stone, and a resist dark, and a resist holy, and platinum mail.
Which should be... holy mail is going to be better for you for this fight, but...
Yeah, because Alucard does take holy damage.
Yeah, and to all those who don't know, Richter hits like a truck.
But can he withstand the power of the shield rod?
Well, obviously no.
Also, they added a loading screen in between the outside of the throne room and the inside of the throne room.
Weird.
For the Saturn version. It's not like it brings up a now loading, but there is a noticeable loading pause.
Well, I can understand why, because a cutscene will play when you enter that area. But
yeah, it does. I mentioned this last stream, but it's been last time we streamed this, but it's been a while, so a little refresher. It also does that every time you enter the Master Librarian's shop.
Yeah.
Like, even if he doesn't have... Even after that cutscene's over, it still has that loading pause. Saturn adds a lot more loading than was in the PS1 version.
Also, I think definitely next time we stream this, we should be in the reverse castle.
Yeah, we'll definitely be able to get to the reverse castle next stream.
Yeah, because in all honesty, there's not much left to get. Just the 2 rings, the Spike Breaker mail, and that.
Now, there's a loading screen right before Richter. Oh, and he's got his new sprite in this fight, too. I've been waiting for you!
I definitely want to do this voice.
Why would a Belmont ever plan to resurrect Dracula?
Let me know when Richter's about to talk.
Dracula rises each century.
Count Dracula rises but once every century, and my role is over. But if I can somehow resurrect him, then the battle can last for eternity. Yep.
Okay, time to fight. Oh, he starts off with Grand Cross and it missed.
Yep, missed.
It missed.
Missed.
No, I'm saying it missed because I was too far away from him.
I know. The light from Grand Cross can hit you as well.
Yep, and it only did 1 point of damage.
Yeah, because of Holy Mail. Without that, you would have been screwed.
And I beat him.
Second form, Hydrostorm time.
Didn't understand a word of that, Richter.
Excellent. But now feel my unbridled wrath.
He's using lightning.
Yeah, he's using Eminite or Holy Lightning, yeah.
He's just doing that over and over instead of fighting me.
Okay. Stand still, see if he actually still does it.
No, he did that until I moved.
Ha!
And it was just chipping away at me with 1 point of damage.
Yeah. Then again,
now
Holy
he's
Mail
dead.
makes this... Yeah, Holy Mail makes this fight a joke.
Belmont.
So, the war between man and vampire is over. What use is the shepherd? What use is the shepherd when the wolves are all gone? My time on this earth has come.
The time has come, and so have I.
And then he bursts into blood.
Yep. One of the few enemies in this game that you can get that blood recovery from.
So basically, the reason why it's the bad ending as well is
also we get an FMV.
Yep. So basically, the reason why it is the bad ending as well is we never found out why the castle was still standing if Dracula was supposedly dead.
Yeah. Because it's supposed to not be able to rise without him.
Yeah, because without Dracula being there, Chaos can't hold its influence in the castle to keep it stable, and the castle will just fall apart.
Yeah, look, brief bit of important lore condensed. Dracula is basically a living avatar of Chaos.
Basically an extension of him. Chaos cannot exist in the same realm as humanity or the Christian god of that world. It has its own universal area.
Yeah, and it uses Dracula as basically its conduit.
Yeah.
Alright, time for the ending. Mankind knows little but war and desperation. What other way of life did Belmont know? He and Father chose the same path. Farewell, homeland.
May I never again
I shall never
gaze upon
see
your beauty.
I shall never see your beauty again. I have to pause a lot just to wait for the text to scroll, because it doesn't scroll at the same speed as the English dub. We don't even see Maria here.
Yeah, Maria technically died within the castle because we never informed her, hey, we found Richter, by the way. We will try and save him. You go and wait elsewhere at safety. But instead, since we took care of Richter, also I am the wind.
Yeah.
Basically, we took care of Richter. So, with Richter dying, Maria did not know what was going on, and she died within the castle being collapsed.
By the way, if the singer of I Am the Wind sounds familiar, same singer that did Snake Eater.
Yep.
Cynthia Harrell is her name.
I will say this, though. I like I Am the Wind, but again, my favorite music credits theme is the one from the PSP version of Dracula X Chronicles, which is the PS4 version of Symphony of the Night and in the Requiem collection. I forgot what the name was. I think it's Mournful Serenade is what the song title is called. But hey, guess what? We beat Symphony of the Night in 2 streams. Good job. Good
Yay.
job. So how was the game?
Well, it had kind of an anticlimactic ending, but
yeah, it was kind of short.
I almost feel like I missed something.
Yeah, right? But no, real talk. There are 4 total endings. The only difference is the other ending, the second bad ending is Richter dies, but you and Maria both escape. Maria learns from Alucard that Richter couldn't be saved, and they couldn't find what was wrong with him. So when he died, Maria chose to has to move on, and there is no conclusion for her or Alucard in that ending. So that one was the second worst ending in the game. The second worst ending.
Yeah.
And then you got the 2 good endings, which we will not go into until we actually beat the game.
Yeah.
But no, definitely Symphony of the Night is a very fun game to play. It's just you need to put a lot of time into it to explore everything and actually enjoy it fully.
Yeah, and if you're going to play Symphony of the Night, I recommend the PS1 version over all others for like the intended original experience with the original English dub. But the most readily available version is the one that's on PS4.
But
which
if you ever
features some new items, a boss fight that originated in the Saturn version, playable Maria, and a new dub that I have mixed feelings on.
Yeah, and if you do try Symphony of the Night for PS1 and enjoy it, try out the other one that's on PS4 or even the Saturn version and see what differences you can find, because it's very good. I will say this. The Xbox 360 version.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Xbox 360 version is probably the most easy way to play the PS1 version, because it's backwards compatible.
But the difference for that one is the music for that one is basically the credits theme from Lament of Innocence.
Yeah, because of licensing issues with I Am the Wind. And also, it lacks the FMVs of the castle exterior due to file size limitations at the time. At the time, there were limits on how big a downloadable title for the Xbox 360 could be. And they made it bigger just for Symphony of the Night, but even then, they still had to compress it a lot to make it fit.
I will say this, though. Lament of Innocence music track for Symphony I do like as well, because of, of course, small hint of the Vampire Killer music in there.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want the easiest way to play the PS1 version and you don't mind missing out on I Am the Wind and
FMV
like
stuff.
2 or 3 FMV sequences, then just play the version on Xbox.
Yeah, the Xbox version is very cheap to get, and it is really fun.
Yeah, it's very cheap. It's backwards compatible on all models of Xbox from 360 onwards. Well, it started on 360, but it's backwards compatible on Xbox One and Xbox Series.
It also has a leaderboard, so if you have like friends who play the game, you can compare who's faster in the castle.
Yep.
And there's a run for both Alucard and another character. Well, you said playable Maria already, so I can just say the other playable character.
Yeah, after you beat Symphony of the Night, you can play as Richter. And we already showed in the Saturn version, when I started up, it let me choose between Alucard, Richter, and Maria.
Yeah, and with Richter, you basically play with the same rule set as Dracula X Chronic, Rondo of Blood, but with Symphony of the Night, which means you have no items to heal you. You have to rely on save points. You do have martial arts skills and sub-weapons and like your whip. But aside from all of that, it's just how fast can you beat the game as Richter? That is literally it.
It also doesn't require you to explore the entire castle. And there's no story. There's no story to it. It's mostly just like an alternate challenge run.
I will say this, to put it into words of James Rolfe when he did his retrospect on it. If you want a good experience with this game and you like the original Castlevania rule set, beat Symphony of the Night, put the game down for like about 6 months to a year, come back to it, play as Richter, and then you're playing like a new game in your head.
Yeah. And I will say a reason to still check out the Saturn version is Maria, as she plays here, is unique compared to how she plays in the version that's on PlayStation 4. Because she uses more like Street Fighter type moves in the Saturn version.
Yeah, I mean, she still does kind of in the PS4 version, but in the Saturn version, she has more input attacks rather than her sub weapons. So it's more along the lines of her having more like physical attacks rather than, hey, I'm just gonna spam an owl or I'm just gonna spam my 4 beasts.
Yeah. Anyways, that's going to do it for tonight. Let's get back over the throne room and see who we're going to raid tonight.
And again, I do apologize if like I got way too into like lore and
you're good. You're good.
Spoiler,
you're good.
I just get too excited for this game.
You're good.
I know. I'm just saying I get too excited for it.
You're a good boy.
Please don't.
You're welcome. We're going to raid Cloud Sato, who is playing Hades 2.
Ooh, fun.
All right, thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you to Niko and Miles for co-commentating with me tonight. Go give Cloud Sato my warmest of welcomes. I'll see you guys tomorrow night with probably more Splatterhouse. Gotta get some more in before Halloween. Until then, unpleasant dreams.
Please, no one. I'm not giving anyone the shield rod. Please don't.
Good night, everybody.